And we're going to moving on to our last team, which is Hyperion.
And they looked like a force to be reckoned with.
Definitely a team to keep an eye on. On up first there. They'll take those down, but the huge shatter coming through.
Down right there from the Reinhardt, unable to get those stuffing things.
Knocks out with the Deadeye, but gets killed in the middle of it. Clean Optic back on the point.
Oh, and she's getting aggressive, pressing W on the scout and getting all the picks.
Lissaru just showing them how it's done.
Party, which is an insane player this series. High news really solidly and bang, but so we're coming up on a large ultimate bang. There might be a lot of Qs being clicked, but Vati gets keyframe in a 4-man shatter. Looking to make a play onto the Hyperion backline, but Stuff is there with a nano boost and the
series of play now on this play of the game.
So the fight picks up one, picks up a second, picks up a third body on fire yet again. It might be still on the
Will get brought down. Bati on the two-face taking it stick. That's a huge grab.
Block it off the end zone. Really.
I think the first one we have to talk about is MSBY's game versus Hyperion. I mean, that was such a significant upset for the minors division.
Kind of important to look out if you're like a top team in minors, maybe thinking like, oh, maybe this team isn't as good as we thought.
If Road Warriors manages to take a map off Hyperion's gonna be none too happy about that, because that is gonna pretty much guarantee they lose their top spot.
Hyperion with the crazy push.
But he was hit by the grenade, so he's got to be super careful here. The fight, they're just forcing their will here.
Hyperion, and they're getting aggressive on that. Sure takes down Oakley, and big slam against
people on the field here for Hyperion, as it looks like a big hook there by Optic.
So one's gonna need to dig deep down and find a massive shatter.
Yeah, there's a big kill there onto the Lucio. Widow's not going to be able to find anything right now.
No, it was barely needed. Bati coming in, stuns the Rhine out, and now Bati going on a little bit of a tear. Target, the nano boost coming in on Stuff and Bangs, though. Will the Reinhardt defend?
Not getting thrown down. Trying to put the pressure in. No kills coming through. As I say that, something.
The friendly robot butler, not so friendly, gets floored. It's a huge hot five. Almost immediately. Optic with a good hole hog there.
Most disciplined Zarya players. A lot of damage there, but the shatter to follow up.
They're whittling them down. Oh, a melee kill!
Bro, I probably got a card for 39 player to teleport it.
Here we go.
Oh
We
my
all
God.
get to see it.
This music defines what happened. I literally take the charge for this to happen. I just let the rhyme so it's like...
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Owlet tournament. I am your host and play-by-play caster, Reignbow. We've got an exciting semifinals match for you tonight, featuring the number 1 seed Hyperion versus the number 5 seed MSBY Black Jackals. Joining me in the commentary booth tonight is Warren. So how are you doing tonight, Warren?
Doing well, and yourself?
I am doing pretty good. I am so hyped for this match.
As am I.
It's gonna be a great one. So, yeah, no, you're good. I was just gonna get into some of the history of kind of why I'm excited for this match. MSBY was the only team to beat Hyperion in the regular season, and there have been some arguments over why that happened from both of these teams. But basically, Hyperion was down 2 of their players, but MSBY was also down 2 of their players. But it's kind of been an argument on whether it was deserved. But so now, tonight is a time for both these teams to really prove themselves. Hyperion proving that, it was a fluke that MSBY won earlier. MSBY trying to prove that it wasn't and that they really do have what it takes. So I'm just super excited.
As am I. I mean, it's 2 very strong teams that are going to face each other once again, and this is just going to be one of the best matches so far. I mean, they've all been fantastic so far. We have some strong tank duos and some strong DPS duos and some strong support duos on both sides. There's not really, no, they're very even, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a couple factors to note because I do think both these teams are really good. MSBY had a rougher start coming to the season, whereas Hyperion has shown really good consistency throughout the season, only dropping when they were down players. So I think you really can't discredit Hyperion here. Super
Absolutely.
Strong, definitely a team to be feared. It really is kind of just whether MSBY is going to be able to take down the giants that are Hyperion. But yeah, so to kind of get into some of the people here, I just cast MSBY's game on Friday versus, I am now suddenly forgetting the name of the team. Odyssey Esports.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Odyssey Esports.
Sorry, I'm just clearing out all the names that are out. That is a really great match with 3-2. Because MSBY was really trying to play the meta for the first 2 maps and were losing out to Odyssey. But at half, they, kind of pulled out the Pharah and decided to stick to what they know best and went with that. And so speaking of that quarterfinals match, we're going to take a quick look at the bracket here. And just kind of get into the formatting if you would like to explain that, Warren.
Yeah, so Hyperion did have a bye, in order to get to this match, MSBY had to beat in a very close match, it was a very entertaining match, Odyssey Esports. It was a reverse sweep that they had, and Reignbow was there. It's a very fun match to watch, and meanwhile, on the Owlet main channel right now, Koala Kings is facing down Velocity Fire. We will give you updates. Yes. Or Velocity Force. I am so sorry. But we will give you updates as we learn the scores. And we are heading into, this is the number 1 seed versus the number 5 seed. Yeah.
So it's just going to be a lot of fun. Just letting them know that we're kind of going to be ready here in a second. So our first map is going to be Oasis. And I think it's going to be really interesting. We'll be able to see how these teams are controlling space. I'm especially looking forward to Control Center because it plays more differently than the other 2 maps on Oasis, which is University and Gardens. So what are your thoughts on kind of what comps we'll be seeing here?
I think that on specific maps of Oasis, we'll see different things. So, for instance, Oasis University is very strong for the Ryan Zarya matchup. Whereas you have City Center, that's more for the Winston Diva combination. I'm not sure if we're going to see the meta, which is currently I'm not sure exactly how to describe the meta in 2 words or something.
Winston Brawl. That's what
Winston
I go
Brawl.
with.
Yes, Winston Brawl with Sombra and Reaper. I'm not sure how much we'll see that from Hyperion or not. But I mean, it's a strong comp to play on these maps for sure.
Yeah, I mean, from the patterns I've noticed in minors, is the top teams always know. I was just getting lobbied later. Always know how the main meta of is played. They just know also when to branch out of that into their own comfort picks.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so I definitely think Hyperion's been practicing that, and I would not be surprised at all to see that come out.
Absolutely. It would be very interesting to see exactly. I'm really looking forward to seeing how what Hyperion has been practicing. That's for sure. They were very strong in the regular season, and
Yep.
and
Okay.
MSBY did. Yeah.
Without being told, I am apparently lobby lead now. Thanks a lot, guys. I that's just my job now. So yeah, sorry for not being fully prepared here. So
sometimes you just have to,
you know, just kind of roll with the punches here, I guess. Yeah, so we're gonna get here into Oasis. I'm excited to see what both these teams are going to be pulling out, and how they end up playing these comps, and you know where we're going to be seeing the aggressions. I know in the MSBY Odyssey game, Odyssey was showing some really good aggression. I hope you know MSBY is maybe able to learn a bit from that and kind of show really good aggression in this game. And we'll just kind of see what Hyperion's been working on in that 2-week break, because we really have no intel.
Yeah, my team has not scrimmed them. I have no intel whatsoever on them, but I believe we were told that I believe Oakley would be playing Mercy.
Yes. Oakley's gonna be playing the Mercy. Vati's on Widow. I think Vati's on Orisa. I think is what we were told.
Yeah.
And Optics. No,
Yes.
I don't remember what we were
And
told.
now we have
but,
the first peek at this comp. Looks like we're seeing the Ryan Zarya versus the Ryan Diva, which should be an interesting tank matchup. But we will see Vati and Oakley doing the the Symmetra Bastion shenanigans, whereas the King and Glad Guide are on more of their comfort picks. We got Farah and Reaper.
Yeah, so Vati is going to be switching over to that McCree, but they're going to be using the Symmetra to help teleport out of spawn here and get set up. So I'm curious to see how they're going to be responding to the Farah, and you know if they're going to be taking King out of the sky pretty effectively here. So they're going to be rotating around to that teleporter, facing off with the enemy Ryan, making sure they have that space, and the enemy team isn't going to be able to take that. But King is able to get a move onto Plasma there, which is going to be a huge opener, because now, you know, Hyperion is going to be down all of that healing. We do have Hyperion going to take that high ground with the bounce pad, but they're going to be getting pretty quickly swept off of it by Marember and Zentis.
Stuff Things and Remember are both pretty evenly matched, but
Ooh, and yeah, Stuff Things already with the Shatter. Oakley was able to take out Marember, but overall we see more of those picks still coming through from MSBY. But as I say that, Hyperion swings back and gets 2 kills of their own. But right now it does look like MSBY is going to be having most of this point control, but Optic is still here and still contesting, looking to, you know, really keep this alive, keep it stalled out until the respawns come back.
Absolutely. And we will see, I mean, there's been some ults used so far, and overall it does look like the ult economy is more in advantage of Hyperion. Oh,
yeah,
there's the Shatter.
The Shatter and the Mercy ult came out there. Not to too much effect. Oakley was able to take out Marember. We actually do see 3 picks now coming through for MSBY. It's really just going so back and forth here, and still no one has cap on this point, because no team is fully dying. They just both, you know, refuse to let go. Right now, Hyperion's having most of this point control, and with that Shatter coming through and the Nano, the sleep onto Marember as well. Stuff Things is swinging away, and he is finally able to clear MSBY off the point, and there, so Hyperion is going to be capping.
Hyperion did have the more dominant Reinhardt here, 90% with a 3rd Shatter from Stuff Things. Stuff Things used 2 Shatters that round, but there was a significant ult cost. They only have 2 ults for this next fight, whereas MSBY will have 3, maybe almost 4 if they play this right. If they play this slow enough, if they're trying to get a nano.
Yeah, very amazing. These two teams face off yet again. We, saw some of the dynamite getting eaten, not letting that damage come through. We now see the high noon getting thrown out. She's going to be taking Aqua out of the sky, but the barrage from the backline is going to get Optic, but Oakley takes out King. And so just really, the DPS doing some work over there on Hyperion, and I think that's just going to be the end of the push for MSBY.
Yeah, it was indeed the end of that push.
Glad Guy able to get a kill onto stuff and things right at the end. Zentis dying at about the same time, and Glad Guy going down last. I don't think it's going to be too much effect.
Again, it's looking pretty even in terms, not quite, it still is in favor of MSBY in terms of ults here. We have, again, 2 ults for MSBY, whereas there are no ults currently online for Hyperion. This is going to be a very tough defense for them, but Stephanie should be able to get a shatter, and that would be a pretty massive.
Yeah, he already has that and uses it first. And that's really what it all comes down to, is who's using those ults first and how effective are they being with it. I mean, obviously, if you're ineffective but you ult first, it's not going to get you much. And Hyperion's just getting these really, really effective ults, and they're getting them off first, just using that good calculated aggression.
Absolutely, they've really learned how to make their ults as effective as possible, as you said, and they are definitely being brutal with those. And here they're ulting first yet again.
Yeah, gonna get that bob out, which gets the pressure, preventing them kind of pushing forward, but Zentis, and they aren't able to touch the point there. So really not a good start for MSBY, but we just had a series where they reverse swept, so they definitely have the mental to come back, and this is really just first point. So I'm talking a whole lot more grander than I really need to be. That's just 1 point, and we'll just kind of see how this ends up shaking out, but right now Hyperion looking very, very strong.
Absolutely. MSBY is going to have to play this a little bit more aggressive if they want to stay. Hyperion is the more aggressive team in this matchup, and when you're running Ryan Zarya, you want to be a little bit more. Ryan Zarya is a little bit stronger than Ryan Diva in terms of if you want to be aggressive and brawly. Definitely would out-brawl them, but the Diva should be eating more of the nades and stuns and dynamites and stuff, and should be interesting to see if Zentis can do that more.
Yeah, I think it would be a bit more in support of the Ryan Diva if they also had the Sombra to kind of go with it, but we do see mainly just stuffing things up on the high ground, whereas you have the entirety of MSBY, they're really able to push stuff back. He was able to get that healing, and Oakley was able to pick up the glide guide, just taking that off angle as MSBY pushed in. And so now MSBY is down, and Hyperion has most of that point control. We'll see if MSBY goes down to contest, and they are going to. Kind of transferring over, but Oakley gets yet another pick onto King now. And it's looking really good for Hyperion. Remember, also going to be going down really now. They're just trying to stall to get a bit of extra time to prevent the cap from coming through, but really they're just going to be getting slowly cleaned up here.
Yeah, that was a pretty dominant. It looked like it was going to go MSBY's way at the very beginning. Some things was so low, but then they managed to push it back. But going into this fight, MSBY and Hyperion are going to be fairly even in terms of ults. Cheeks Ryan was able to build up a I'm so sorry. He was able to build up his ult very quickly here, but
Do we see the noon coming out here? Yeah. See if it's going to be able to get any value, but MSBY is playing their angles. They're just really waiting this out here.
Yeah, they did. It's a zoning ult, I'd say. They used it to get a couple more seconds on the point.
I mean, yeah, they did effectively do that, even if they aren't able to get fixed. We do see that shatter coming through onto the nano. Reinhardt Glide Guy going down, but Remember gets the kill onto stuffing things, though. Bati taking out Aqua and Bati going down. It's really just because Remember versus Bati there for a second. Lister gets the res onto stuffing things, though, which is huge. And Stuffing's going to be coming back and taking out Remember with that nano coming through, and it's going to be Hyperion winning the fight yet again.
And that was a pretty massive. I mean, we thought again this was a fight that maybe this is MSBY's chance. They waited out the high noon, which is really smart. But then, it was just they had. Looks like Hyperion has more of the sustain, even though they have the with the mercy. Whereas playing the Lucio here.
Yeah, you can't underrate that res that came through from Lissaru, because it was pretty even up until that point, but when you get stuff back and you get that nano on him, it's just too powerful, really.
Absolutely.
Stuffing things OP. We do have that Valkyrie coming out from Lissaru, helping with the sustain. Vachi can be taking out King here. We have that Shadow coming through, and Stuff and Things is going to be going down. The beat from Aqua help keep MSBY up here, and Black Guy going to be going off with the shotgun, taking out the tank line for Hyperion. Sentinel's going to take out Vachi. It looks like they will be recapping the point here. Just need to clean out these supports for Hyperion, who was staying alive for a very surprisingly long amount of time.
These supports do not like to die, and that is exactly what you want in your supports. Unfortunately, MSBY has, unfortunately for Hyperion at least, MSBY has the ult advantage, a massive ult advantage here. They, whereas Hyperion did have to use a lot of their ults in order to take this point. I would be willing to bet Vadi's going to eat his high noon. Yep, there it is.
Yep. Gonna be coming out here. Steven's just gonna be getting anything right now. They're just, making MSBY kind of run scared a little bit, hide around the corner. Hyperion's been pushing him. We do have that Blossom in the back line. He's gonna get 3. Huge from Glide Guy. He does go down for it, but that's definitely a good trade. Be able to take those 3.
That's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
That took out their Hyperion support line with almost surgical precision there. That basically just said, hey, we have one ult, we're gonna use it, and we're gonna wipe everyone out. So it was definitely really well played by Glide Guy. He had to avoid being stunned by McCree. Vadi actually will go on Reaper now to try to out damage.
Yeah, it really wasn't getting the value on McCree that he wanted. Decided to just go for the Tank Buster and Reaper and see what he could be doing with that. We're going to be seeing the Bob getting thrown in here from Oakley, but Lister are going to be going down to an early fire strike from Marember. That could be a difference maker here. We have Nanos coming out from both sides. The Shadow came out from Stuff there. Stuff going really, really low. Oakley and Marember going to be going down, so one for either side. Glide's guy is going to be following up. Bachi on this Reaper doing some work, but Plasma going down as well. We do have the bomb going to be coming out here from Sentis. Not going to get any dirt kills there, but just kind of putting that damage, separate them a little bit. And so far, MSBY is still keeping decent control at this point. They get the sleep onto Stuff and Things there, but do very quickly wake him up as well.
Yeah. Something is getting very right.
Yep, and Marember is now back in the fight here, so he's going to be able to help them actually take that space instead of just holding an optic going down. The Shatter going to be coming through as well, and looks like this is going to be a win for MSBY here, but Bachi now contesting the point. He is fighting the supports. Now the tank's coming in for that peel there, and they're going to be cleaning him up, and yeah, it's going to be going to MSBY.
Yeah, MSBY wins. Now it's 1-1. This is what I like to see personally for... I love the third map, and I'm excited that it's going to be University, so this is really the Reinhardt map. It's going to be harder to get the Pharah if they want to do the Pharah, but I have seen Pharah's been used. Perhaps we'll see some Bastion. A lot of fun stuff can be played on this, but an Echo!
Yeah,
an Echo can be incredible.
Real quick, a comment from someone in Twitch chat pointing out how if you have the Diva, you can just DM behind him that they waited out, which I think is a pretty decent point.
It is.
I gotta say.
Sometimes you do want to save up your high noon for the push in.
But yeah, I mean, it ended up working out for them. They won that map, so I'm not gonna fault them too hard here. We do have both these teams gonna be heading out with the Symmetra. I imagine they're both going to be switching off. Glide Guide over to the Reaper and Oakley over to the Echo. Hyperion taking control of the point here first. MSBY opting to go for the high ground and help King just kind of get some of that damage in from up there. Kind of have some better angles for Junk.
Yeah. It's incredibly important to spam Junk from the high ground if you really want to get the full value of that.
Ooh, Vachi going to be going down to Glide Guide first here. And Stuff and Things going to be falling soon after to Marember. Marember gets 2 with that charge, also taking out Oakley. So it's looking really good for MSBY here. And they just need to, get those final kills, clean them off point before any of the respawns come back here and make it a bit too difficult. Lissaru went down. They just need to kind of beat off the off point. The cap will be coming through, and they'll be getting that first win. Good fight.
Now, as we look at the ultimates here, as I like to do, King is very close to a fire, and Speak to Ryan already has that ult, that nano. Lissaru is out most of the way to 3/4 of the way almost to a beat, which is a very influential ult, whereas Plasma has almost the most influential pushing in ult, the best pushing in ult, and will be very good for next fight.
Ooh, yeah, we do have that tire going to be coming through. The coalescence is there as well. We'll see what this tire is able to get. Looks like it's going over there for Vati actually, but not going to be getting any value off that tire. And so right now things are just staying pretty even, just kind of going back and forth. Did you see that grab coming up from Optic though, which could turn things. Remember, Zentis going down. That tank line is just gone for MSBY now. It should be kind of free for them. Hyperion to continue pushing in here and cleaning up the rest of MSBY.
Now they have 2 Reapers, which is kind of a cool thing. I've never seen a Echo
I remember the Echo picking the Reaper because our Flex DPS was a huge fan of Reaper and wanted to play him, and
Yes!
Echo was the only way she could.
I do recall that now. Yes, thank you for the reminder.
That was the only time I've seen it though, so
it's always fun though when I think that is a bingo card. There's a shatter.
Yeah, we have both those Tangles coming through. Zentis taking a leap off the map there. Not sure exactly what happened. But, you know, kind of just facing off, looking to get these picks. We have the Nano coming through onto Maremma. Maremma going to be swinging away, looking for stuff and things. And we have the Blossom coming through here from Glide Guide. Maremma going to be taking out Plasma. The beat came through from Lissaroot there as well. We have the Blossom coming out from Vati. Ult's just all over the place. Tire gets 2. I barely even know who's winning at this point, but right now it is definitely MSBY.
MSBY
getting those kills right there at the end, cleaning up Hyperion.
Absolutely, that was quite a fun fight, but went on for a long time. Hyperion used all of their ults that they had in this fight, so it's going to be up to Oakley to build up another duplicate in this fight. They will be swapping onto the Doofus. Again, they're going to go for that's kind of more of a brawl type character, I would say. So they're really leaning into the brawl.
Sleep onto stuff and things takes him out. And that is just, that's the end of the push for Hyperion. They really just need to clear out of there and make sure they are able to live. Although, actually, we see the copy coming in. Going to be copying the Reaper, going with the Blossom. Able to get one, able to take out Maremma, which even things up quite a bit. And with Maremma, with stuffing things back, they're going to be pushing in here again. The Shatter coming through, Oakley getting a kill onto Glide, or getting a kill onto Glide Guide here. And King does come back and take it, pick on to Lissaroot. And right now it is now into overtime. They need to just continue pushing here. We have the grab coming out from Optic. The charge gets booped away. Great play from Aqua, but Stuffing's still able to get the pick on Speak to Ryan actually. And Zenta is going to be coming out here with the bomb, getting Optic. Stuffing things is going to go down to Maremma. And right now looking really good for MSBY. You have that Coalescence going to be coming out from Plasma, just trying to help with the sustain, keep the teammates up here. And that it did a good job for a while, but Oakley is going to be going down to Glide Guy here, but Glide Guy going down to Vati. Vati getting taken down by Maremma. King using the tire to take down Lissaroot. Right now MSBY is just cleaning up, but they still need to take down the Wrecking Ball. Wrecking Ball getting off point just for even half a second, and it's going to be over, and MSBY is going to be taking the first map.
That is incredible. We do have word from the Koala Kings versus Velocity Force. I don't like saying Fire. I don't know. Maybe because I keep on confusing it with another team. But one is now scoring. The other side is 1-1, and now we see a Reinhardt play the game. My favorite type of play a game other than Merchants.
Dude, just hearing all those ka-tunk as he's hitting people, so satisfying. So satisfying.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm a Reinhardt main. You know, just think.
Yeah, just get to beat people to death with a hammer. It's a good feeling.
It's more satisfying to do it on Ryan than it is with Torb, I have to say.
Yeah. Reinhardt is definitely like my second most played, I think, actually. I like to say I'm a Lucia Mercy 2 trick, but nah, it's all Reinhardt. Reinhardt's too good.
Yeah, I mean, I am, as we all know, I'm an Orisa 1 trick. I only can play that one hero, so.
Yeah, we are going to be getting Lofty subbed in for Optic over there on Hyperion, and we are going to be going to Havana.
Havana is famous for its long sightlines, especially on that first point and the third point as well. Those sightlines are incredible, and I hope that we get to see the Oakley Widowmaker come out and maybe the Glide Guide Widow. I love that Widow battle personally. I want to see it happen again.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the Oakley v Glide Guide. It's going to be so interesting. And just Havana's such a great map for it. I'm also loving the Ryan v Ryan coming from Stuff and Things and Maremma. Yeah. Both of them are really great Reinhardts. Stuff and Things has been having a bit of a better showing, but they're both just really good, and I love seeing them face off.
Absolutely. Another matchup that I think is a little bit less talked about, we didn't really get to talk about, was Ahwers and Ryan versus Plasma and Lissaroot. I mean, those two supports were just pumped. Ryan in particular was just pumping heals into the entire team very consistently and very effectively. I think he got one of the cards at the end of the game there for about 17k healing, if I remember correctly, which again is massive. And Aqua is doing a great job with, and Aqua, Alyssa, and Plasma are also doing fantastic as well. Like the support battles have been very exciting.
Yeah, I mean,
great.
You know me, I'm main support, so I've been paying a lot of attention to Aqua and Lisaru. You know, some of my favorite players, and it is like they're both just doing a really great job and kind of having some of those subtle plays I've been noticing. But yeah, don't want to get too much into supports. Yeah, because everyone's important, not just my role.
And the King and Glide Guide versus Oakley and Vati, I think that was also a really fun matchup. That is a really good matchup as well. Four of the best DPS players in the league at the moment, I would say.
Yeah, and just getting lobby sorted out. Because as I previously stated, I was forced into this.
Sometimes it is like that. Sometimes you get unfortunately forced into things that you did not sign up for. But yeah, again, we're getting the swaps. I'm not sure what exactly is going on here. Oakley just wanted a team name switch, so we're going to.
Yeah, because since it was just handed off to me, I can't switch team names. Only the original owner of the lobby can. So I had to hand it back so the name's right.
I see. That way we will get at least all of you won't be confused by all the different stuff.
Yeah, it's not like, you know, Hyperion goes through, they just clean sweep, and then it's like MSBY wins.
Yeah. I think it's this next matchup again. I think it's going to be. You can play the Rhyme, but I think it's good. Winston map personally. I like to dive on Winston on this kind of dive. Yeah. Again, but it's also good for the current meta, which is. I'm kind of glad we're not seeing it because it's just.
I mean, I enjoy somber play, honestly. I find it very interesting. I will say in the Odyssey game, Remember was getting very, very bullied by Bone.
Yes.
He was just getting hacked over and over again. I imagine he was not having too much of a fun time there.
That is what we call main tank pain.
Yeah.
Still in a main tank aim, except this time we have it. Main tanks have it.
Yeah, so but I do find the Sombra play very interesting. I am not at all surprised by MSBY not going for it, because, you know, King was not particularly trained on it, although they actually are bringing in Nano Rocket now. So they might be looking to change up their strats. We did see King pull out some far here last time, so probably not going to be going for that. I mean, Nano can play a good far though, but
that's true.
Yeah, so they might be opting for more of that Sombra strat. I know Nano was a bit more practiced on it than King is.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know as much about Nano as I know about King. King is a former teammate of mine, but I did enjoy watching him on stream on Friday. He looked like he was having an absolute blast playing there. He looked like he was playing very strong as well. Yeah. And it looks like we will see another swap come in. Emmy is coming in for Zentis as well.
Yeah, so definitely going to be seeing a lot more of that diva play, as it is kind of Emmy's specialty. Really, really good on the diva. Can pull out a Zarya and, you know, various other things if needed, but definitely known for that diva especially.
Absolutely. Definitely known for the diva. I mean, I've played comp with his diva. It's a lot of fun. I've also played against his diva.
Emmy carried me in comp a couple times, I'm not going to lie.
Same. I think I can carry me back to gold. So, and here we're going to go back in. Stefan Things, Lofty, and the rest of the Hyperion crew versus Emmy, Amarivar, and the rest of the MSBY crew.
So, do you think we're going to be seeing a spawn camp strat coming out here from MSBY?
Honestly, I would not be surprised by a spawn camp strategy, but I think they're not going to. I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think they're going to do it.
Yeah, it looks like we were seeing. I mean, we don't know if those were joke picks, but did see Marember on the Winston. And generally, if you're going to go for that, initial stall off spawn, you tend to play the Reinhardt as opposed to the Winston. Although I'm not an expert on current meta, so maybe you can pull it off with a Winston. I just don't know. But
it'll be interesting.
We'll just have to see.
It should be very interesting to see. That's for sure.
Yep. We now have these comps here, though.
We'll
we see Widows on both sides.
We will some Ryans on both sides as well. Also interesting. Double sniper coming out from Hyperion here. Fati on the Hanzo. That's another type of double sniper, except one. Both hit scan snipers. We got the Ash versus fairly even. I mean, again mirroring the Ana. Ana's been very well played. Oh. Both Speak Ryan and Plasma.
I think a lot of it's just Flex supports really love Ana, so that or off supports. So they will pull that out. It's a huge cover pick. No one likes to play Moira, so I'm not judging them.
Ryan as well. I'm not a big Moira fan. He gets so happy he gets to play the Ana, and I'm happy he gets to play it.
Yeah, I don't know a single person who likes playing Moira. But yeah, both these teams are going to be facing off here. Not going for full spawn camp, but they are taking a bit of an earlier fight than normally you might hear on Havana. Oakley with that first pick onto Nano Rocket, though it is going to get res back up by Aqua, but now you are down that res, so if another pick comes through, it will not be resable. And both these main takes can be just facing off, throwing these fire strikes back at each other, swinging away.
Marember's shield is hitting a little bit.
Ooh, yeah, Marember's going to be going down to Lofty there, and so that's going to really open things up for Hyperion here as they continue to push through.
That's going to be a backing. That's going to be MSBY backing up. That was a massive anti-nade from Plasma there. Just took down any healing Marember was getting. To cut off Ryan's effectiveness there, and then when you lose to Ryan in this sort of Ryan comp, you have to back out. The fight is usually lost.
Looks like they aren't going to be able to get the touch, so that's going to be the point A cap coming through. Glyguy did get the pick onto Oakley, but at this point, you really just kind of want to back up, give them a little bit of space, and make sure you're ready to take that next fight. But remember, not able to get out, and so he just goes down. So it's kind of just a fight loss almost for nothing there. So they do have to pull back here and make sure that no one else gets taken down, so they don't have to lose any more time on the clock. That's an intimidating time bank.
Yeah, it's a very intimidating time bank, and both these rounds are very close to Shatter, which could definitely change. It'll be down in this next fight to who can use it first, for sure. And we do see Marember get back in. That's a massive anti-nade from Ryan, though.
Yeah, definitely going to be opening things up, and hopefully gets that first gun. Nano Rocket and Marember going to be going down once again. Then Nano ends up going onto the Diva here, who is just going to be kind of, making the exit here because they need to back once again. Nano Rocket does get res back up, but, you're still down, Marember, and Nano Rocket gets taken down again by stuffing things. And so it's really just not looking great for MSBY here.
MSBY needs to back up and maybe just take a second to think about what their comp is doing and what they need to do in order to win this next fight. Stopping things has not been letting up on the aggression. Lofty's been supporting him very well with that, and Plasma will be able to use Plasma and Lissa both have their ults, and that's going to be massive for this next fight.
Yes, they do get the touch here, but it's really close, and they're going to lose the space since they have to go back. They were dead anyway. And so this is just looking really rough. I think this is where I recycle that old fact of MSBY is bad at escort, or so I'm told. I've only seen them win it once, and I think that was the only time they won it. So, maybe they just have some sort of mental block here. But hopefully they can recover. But with the time bank and with all of those ults over on the side of Hyperion, it's not looking good.
It definitely is. It looks like Hyperion should, if they want to play this, if they want to play this slow, they can have 6 ults the next fight, which is not what they're gonna do.
You see that bomb going out, and it's really far away. We see Vati getting the 2K with the Blossom, and yeah, that bomb kind of ended up going into the middle of nowhere, not really being able to catch anyone, and so it's just Hyperion continuing to roll through.
Again, these were massive anti-nades coming out from both sides that I saw. Is going to be swapping over onto the Zarya here because it looks like they're going to want to try to do this full brawl, except for Glide on the Widow still. He does have the ult.
Going down early. Tavati, is not great. Losing all that healing when you're already dying quickly in these fights. You see the Nano going to be coming down onto stuff and things. and he is just going to be swinging away, making sure that no one can really touch Cart. You just have the Widow here, and not going to be able to get the touch off, and that's a 4-minute time bank here on Havana.
That's unfortunate for the side of MSBY, but amazing for the side of Hyperion. That is probably one of the fastest times I've seen as a.
Yeah, there were very few times that Hyperion got stopped or slowed on that attack.
Yeah, I like to think of escorts as like as a test of momentum, because once you lose that momentum, it's harder to get it back up. And they just did not. They were steamrolling. They were just steamrolling.
Yeah, that really is a situation where if MSBY was able to just win one fight and have control of the payload for just one fight, it could have been an entirely different map just based off of that. But Hyperion just had so much momentum and kept winning those fights, and they just never were able to get stopped. So we'll just have to see how MSBY is going to be able to perform on their attack, and because they'll need to finish with time to really win here.
Absolutely. And Emmy and Marimber are going to be going on to the Rhine Sigma here, which I haven't seen much of, along with a Baptiste and a Mercy. I'm not sure if they're doing this to troll the casters or not. I kind of hope they're not, because I haven't seen a Baptiste in a very long time. Baptiste,
I saw Baptiste every single time VMT played.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we do like playing the Baptiste, because we can. But it does look like we're going to get a little bit of a close hold here from... Not quite a spawn camp, but...
It's the spawn camp.
Oh, no, it is
whatever you want to call it. And I think it's a really good strategy. It can really buy you a lot of time. You will always eventually lose it, but it gets you really a lot of time off the clock.
The Bastion.
Yeah, they were pulling up the Bastion, seeing if that was going to break something. They knew the close hold was going to happen, but didn't seem to really work out. They were able to take out VMO, take out Nano. They're going to be pushing out here once again, now switching off to the Reaper. Glide Guy getting taken down by Lofty there.
Yeah, once you lose the Bastion, it's very hard to set up once again on the Bastion. So it's
I mean, they didn't have a lot of time to initially set up in the first place, really.
Stuff already has a shadow.
Yeah, that shadow going to be coming through. Yeah, Marimber going to be taken down off of that. Stuff's just showing a lot of dominance here on this map, getting a nice 3K.
This is a get back in spawn. We gotta talk about things type of thing. Yeah, that was just a massive shadow that won the entire fight for his team. I would be very interested to see what they're gonna do about that next. Very cool. Very cool.
They're gonna be coming out here, trying to see if they're gonna be able to get picks. Because once they get that first pick, the spawns are so far away that they can really roll off it. And Glad Guy getting that first pick onto Oakley, but Marimber gonna be immediately going down along with Emmy and Nano Rocket, and it's just not great for them here.
Yeah. I really like how Plasma used that coalescence at the very beginning. Again, it's the coalescence is the best engagement tool in the game.
You also have it every engagement, which is helpful.
Yeah.
Because it charges so fast. You see another huge shatter coming through. The Blossom from Bati. And Glad Guy gets to get another pick, but it doesn't really mean much when your entire team is dead. It's unfortunate.
I think that Hyperion wants to keep them, MSBY completely off the payload here. It's going to take... It looks like MSBY will have some ults up, so it should be a little bit harder for Hyperion to hold this. But I believe that Hyperion could probably hold this if they wanted to.
Yeah, you see that Flux going to be coming out. That could be the difference maker, although the beat came down. But you do have the Nano coming through. The Shatter hits 3. This is the swimming around we needed. They take out 4, and they're finally getting kills here on Havana, and we have the payload moving. They only have 1:30 here on point A, but it is enough time for them to get it. It's something. It's better than them winning that fight in OT.
Absolutely. I mean, MSBY had to use a lot of ults, and that's going to cost them as they go into this next fight. Where Hyperion doesn't have, just has one ult online, but still has.
Yeah, it's gonna be that Colossus that's gonna be coming out here. Something's coming up on that Shatter, but Nano getting taken down in his Blossom, and now that Shatter gonna be coming through, getting 3, and it's gonna be Hyperion coming in with a Massacre once again. They were not happy about losing that fight, and they're like, nope, back to the spawn room with you guys.
Exactly. I mean, stuff and things have just been nailing every single shatter, which is so exciting to see. And Oakley is popping off right now. The entire team of Hyperion.
Yeah, that's like dude, everyone. You cannot be winning those fights as dominantly if you know one person's kind of slipping up. Everyone has to be doing a really great job, and
absolutely.
So it's why it's being so hard for MSBY to break. And Glide are going to be going down to Vati here. We have that Bob, in play coming out from Oakley. We have the Shard coming down, Beat coming down. Ult getting used all over the place. We see Glide Guy switching over to the McCree, but Nana gets the kill onto Vati, and that could be a bit of an opening. Vati's been putting in a lot of damage on that Reaper, but Stuffing gets the kill onto Nano Rocket. We have that Nano coming through from Speak to Ryan onto Marember. He's swinging away, really trying to get these tanks to back up. Glide Guy gets the pick onto Lizaru, but the grab coming through from Lofty. Marember going to be going down, but Stuffing's also falling, so it's no main tank for either team.
That was a massive.
Yeah, Vati was so low.
Oh man.
Yeah, but he was able to, Wraith help keep himself alive. Plasma going down, Lofty going down. Looks like MSBY will be able to win this fight and get the cap in OT here, and we will be seeing the move on to point B, which I'm happy to just see because I thought they were going to get caught in the spawn room. I'll get him.
As did I. I'm so glad about that. Like, I want to cast more of this, and I want to see more of this. This is just such an exciting matchup here. Again, it's just so evenly matched. Remember, we'll have the Shatter here, but I don't doubt that Stuffing Things can build another one up in this fight. So, Oakley will be able to use a Bob early if he really wants to do that. Listeru can engage with Valkyrie, which is a very powerful engagement tool as well.
Ooh, Nano getting taken out early, though. Instead of losing a lot of that DPS pressure, MSBY just kind of backing up, playing card a bit more, letting go of that high ground. Vati taking out Aqua with the Blossom. That was a solo ult right there, actually, onto Aqua, who's caught out of position.
Maybe they thought that Aqua they just wanted to get it out.
Yeah, that is possible. I mean, Aqua is very close, so that wouldn't be an unreasonable assumption to make. It could just be Vati flexing a bit onto Aqua. You never know, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we will see them push in. They're all in now, and
Shatter coming through from Marember. Marember does go really, really low, but so is Stuff and Nano Rocket with the 2K with that Blossom. And gets nanoed by it. Speak to Rhymes does the Nano Rocket. And Stuffing does get rushed back up and takes out Glide Guy. They were able to clean him up, so it kind of just ends up being a bit of ult charge, but you do lose Glide Guy there.
That's a pretty massive fight. And
and that's a couple getting caught out in the spawn room there.
Ooh.
Yeah, we see Emmy putting on the pressure. The kill's not actually coming through off that though, but they are still trapped in that room. Stuffing Things coming in for the support though. The Shatter gonna be coming through, getting 3. The Sleep through onto Marember as well. The Beat does come through from Aqua. The high noon from Glide Guy gets 1, but Oakley takes out Glide Guy with the Bob. Botcheeks getting killed onto Marember. We have a Nano which came through onto Lofty there. And Lister getting the res, and it's gonna be Hyperion getting another fight win here. Only 30 seconds, so it's gonna have to be a really, really fast fight for MSBY here, and they, have to win.
Alyssa's res has been very good this match. I'm very impressed by that. Hyperion is gonna have the ult advantage, and that's gonna be very hard for MSBY to really push this effectively without any ults. I think they can do it. I mean, there's always the possibility. It's not lost till everyone says it.
Yeah. Glide Guy gets first pick, but Marember also falling, keeping things pretty even here. Aqua going down, and it's looking good for Hyperion. And everyone on MSBY is dead. That's
that is unfortunate.
Glide Guy was just trying to live there at the end, gets slept, gets killed, and so it's gonna be Havana going to Hyperion. So going into the half, it is gonna be 1-1.
That was such an exciting turnaround from. Yeah, sorry, I'm just in awe of what
it is exciting and fun to watch. And the turnaround for MSBY there. That charge coming in as well because he hits Plasma. Perfect. It's enough to kill him, so he doesn't have to get the charge into him. And then turns the other one into the wall. So I do think we are going to be we are going to be going to the 5-minute halftime break. And, we'll just have to see how these other 2 maps end up turning out, and I'm really excited.
Could be 2, it could be 3 more. I'm excited. I'm also very excited to see how this goes.
Yep, so make sure to stay tuned, and we'll be back pretty soon. And welcome back. It is MSBY Black Jackals versus Hyperion. It is the semifinals game here. And right now it is currently 1-1. MSBY starting strong, taking the control map 2-1. And then Hyperion looking incredibly dominant on Havana, which is known to be MSBY's first map type, but they were just so strong. You know, you really can't deny the skill they were putting in on that map.
Absolutely. It was Hyperion kind of they refocused and they managed to get themselves ready, and they had a really good spawn camp for a lot of that first point. And then they had really good ult management for the second point, and just managed to keep MSBY off the point when it really mattered. Which was at the end. And it was a really entertaining match. It's been a really entertaining matchup so far.
Yeah. And you know, you can't forget the amazing push Hyperion had, barely getting stopped by MSBY, ending with a 4-minute time bank. It was a really, really good showing.
Absolutely.
You know, everyone was just looking really clean on Hyperion. So we'll have to see if MSBY is going to be able to bring it back. They did re-swap in the two people they had swapped out. So Zentis is back in over Emmy, and King is back in over Nano Rocket. Yeah. And we are going to be going to King's Row here.
So it's almost sacrilegious to run a Winston on King's Row. So I mean, I've done it. I've run a Rissa on King's Row. Please don't hate me for it. But I mean, most likely we're going to be seeing King's Row bread and butter, which is the Reinhardt, maybe probably a Lucio as well. But I would not be surprised if Hyperion sticks to their normal comp they've been running so far, which plays to both Plasma and Lizaroo's strengths, which is the Ana and Mercy. Both have been phenomenal on those. Aqua probably is going to be going on to the Lucio here. I speak to Ryan, probably going to go on the Ana, which he's great. He's very good at the Ana. I'd like to see some of the more brawl meta type stuff. I would like to see some Winston play, but I'd also like to see, unfortunately, Moira, because she has really great brawl healing. I'm not sure if we're going to see that though.
Yeah, you know, while I'm not huge on meta being played all the time, I do want to see it from these teams, especially Hyperion. I want to see what their meta looks like, and so far we really haven't seen it. Have they pulled out a Winston?
I don't think they've pulled out a Winston yet.
I don't think they have.
I mean, in the past they have, I'm sure, but not that I.
Yeah, not today. But yeah, so. Again, you know, I'm curious if that's just a hero pool thing with stuff, or just in general, that's what the team prefers, is to go with the Reinhardt.
Could be. It really could be that stuff just feels more comfortable in the Reinhardt. But, I mean, another King's Row staple is the Widowmaker, which King, Glide Guide and Oakley. Those two can definitely play Widow. I've played both of their Widows before. They've popped off, and I want to see what happens with their matchup again. We didn't really get to see too much of that last map. I mean, we did see a little bit at the first bit, but the close hold, it's kind of hard to do a sniper v sniper duel when you can't really get out of spawn. But the other game right now, I believe we have it's 2-1 for Koala Kings, in the lead.
Yeah, that one seating wise, they're both sitting, you know, much closer at the kind of the 2 and 3 spots versus the game we're doing, which is 1 and 5. Because I don't know exactly how that's game going, but you know, 2-1 for Koala Kings, which is, you know, obviously the number 2 seed. Koala Kings tied in map differential with Hyperion, so also just a really, really strong team. Yeah. And I'm really excited to see, you know, who ends up winning that matchup, who ends up winning this matchup, and generally who is going to be going to the finals. Because I really think all 4 teams are contenders for it.
For sure.
Even obviously Hyperion and Koala Kings are the most likely, but I think any of these teams really can pull it off.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, any sort of matchup between any 4 of those teams, I would watch. Like, I'm just gonna watch it. I'll cheer for everyone, as I usually do, and this has been a really entertaining. I mean, if this was the final, I'd be stoked if this was the final.
Yeah, although, you know, I'm also excited to see just, you know, what the actual final is, because Velocity Force and Koala Kings are both, you know, good teams. Really excited to watch. Okay.
We do have a little bit of a
Okay, so we are going to be getting started here on King's Row. I assumed that Hyperion was ready when they were not. This is why I don't host match lobbies. I just got bullied into it. Vati says he's gonna be pulling out the Orisa he talked to.
I cannot wait to see this Orisa. I love Orisa. I especially love her victory pose with the puppy. That's the best thing in the world.
Yeah. What about the emote?
Oh, the emote with the puppy also very good. Oh, we will be seeing some Orisa, but not quite from Vati, which is disappointing.
Are they actually leaving spawn with that? No. Yeah, no.
You got my whole
Sorry. She's changing. Lofty's changing over. Well, wanted to tease us. She wanted to tease us a little bit, and play the Orisa, but no, she's switching over to the Zarya.
I'm shaking my head. They really got us there. But we will see the Doomfist and the Asher, which is an interesting combination. I like that. Marimber is going to be swapping over onto the Rhine. King is going to be on his signature Widow, along with the
signature Pharah.
Yeah, signature Pharah. I'm so sorry. Oh.
No. I think King will be happy to hear his signature is Widow.
Yeah, obviously. I'm just kind of out of it right now. It's an off day for me, but that's okay. We're heading right in, and spam is being traded.
Yeah, just lobbing those shots back and forth, looking for that initial pick. We have that Mercy attached at the hip to Oakley, just trying to help boost him for those headshots. But King is putting the pressure on and not letting him, have any free space to work with. Yeah. So far, no one is dead. I was hoping that would summon a death, but it did not. And so it's just gonna be a continuous poke.
People just like poke, and sometimes the sustain and support.
There we go. Remember down.
Oh, unlucky for
first kill of the map. Ooh, and Speak to Ryan, yeah, following shortly after.
That's back up if I've ever seen a back. Back up.
I always think sometimes when it's like I see the support die right after is like, was Vati on Speak to Ryan, and that's why my Remember died, because that's entirely possible for what happened. I'm not always paying attention to everyone, so.
Yeah, Vati was kind of just doing his thing as Doomfist, going in and finding the right picks and backing out when you need to. Very good for this map, honestly.
Yeah, we do see MSBY rotating through Hotel here a little bit. We do have the Nano going to be coming down onto Marember here. And on to Stuff and Things. Vati going to be going down to King there, and Ventus getting demeched by Lofty. Oakley getting the kill into Marember. That's the tank lane gone for MSBY. The Valkyrie coming out from Lucifer kind of after they had already won a bit there, but it's pretty much a cooldown, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, it could also just be to insert on. It's like, hey, we had this already. Don't. Look at us. But,
get rolled, nerd.
Yeah, get rolled, nerd, exactly. But it looks like there will be more, pretty much, no, actually not even ults, except for, no, actually, MSBY is a little bit closer on the side of more of their ults. But,
ooh, nice! That was a really great block there. To the barrage coming through, getting three, sorry. Good job from MSBY, and the res is denied onto Lissaru, and that is going to be MSBY taking the first point here. The block was really kind of what turned that around.
Absolutely. I mean, with Ryan, it's Ryan v Ryan that will determine some of these fights sometimes, and the Ryan v Ryan won this Ryan v Ryan fight convincingly. I mean, blocking a shatter is something that's difficult to do. You have to train yourself to do it, and he blocked it when it was crucial. And then
there we have the Bob coming out, just trying to put some additional pressure, maybe open things up for them to push in. And it is, forcing MSBY back to play it, more on cart and giving Hyperion that space. And Vati gets the pick onto Glide Guide. I think I heard the sound of a res, but it didn't come through there.
So denied res, and this is the best choke in the game to hold at. This is very difficult to break through if they're holding right here, and they are holding right here. Stuff and Marimber are just sort of trading their blows here, trying to build up their ults.
Yeah, I'm trading those dynamites as well. We see the bomb gonna be coming out from Zentis. Gets three great bomb. The grab gets thrown out, but MSBY has already won the fight. They've killed everyone. What an amazing bomb placement there from Zentis. Just really caught Hyperion off guard.
Yeah. Again, it took out the supports, and that's really what you want to take out more than anything in the world. Marauder was keeping the tanks busy. He charged the Rhine there, got the Rhine out of place, and just cleaned out things open for the Diva bomb. It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
So if you don't have that Rhine to help block, your chances decrease because you have to use the environment, and sometimes there's not a great place available. We have that High Noon getting popped from Vati, and the Nano onto stuff and things. We do see take out the Bob, but overall not getting a lot of values either. There's also a huge shatter coming through along with the barrage. Dude's doing a great job there. And yeah, that's going to be them capping point B. They now have nearly 4 minutes on the clock to get through point C here.
Yes! Oh, I thought for a second that Awkward took out Lofty, and I was so excited about that because Battle Mercies are some of the best plays.
Yeah, dude, if Aqua does not get a pistol kill, I'm gonna be slightly disappointed. Yeah. Listerer too, I want both of them to get kills. Absolutely.
Seven things will be close to the shatter here, so don't remember to do the block.
Ooh, Oakley getting that pick onto Glide Guide, opening things up for Hyperion here. So you now have those dynamites removed, and remember, we're gonna be going down as well, and that's gonna be Hyperion retaking the point and pushing MSBY back.
Yeah, that was a pretty convincing. I mean, that was just a really well played. No ults actually used, I believe. And that was...
Ooh, Vati going down.
Oh, Vati. So that's... It doesn't look like they're on double hit scans to try to deal with this Pharah, and it's just not being dealt with very effectively. They have to...
Yep, they do have the shatter going to be coming through from stuff and things, and they get the kill on to speak to Ryan. Use the two ults there, you take out the supports, and really from there you can push everyone bach pretty well. We have that counter charge coming through, and King gets taken down by Lissaru. Let's go, Lissaru! Yes! Gets the melee kill even, just for extra BM.
That's wonderful. Like, that's actually...
Yeah, Lissaru player of the match, easy. But no, so getting started here in the next fight with the Valkyrie coming through. Another bomb from Sentis. Gets a bit more dodge this time, but still takes out Plasma, and Lofty's bomb not getting anyone. We have a High Noon coming up from Vati. See if that's going to be getting any value here. MSBY really just not letting any of them show, but that does let Lissaru get the kill, get the res onto Plasma. Sorry. And we have, and that's going to be Hyperion kind of rolling through. Black Guy does get the kill into Oakley, but overall it's just going to be MSBY getting pushed back.
Yeah, I cannot stress enough how influential that anti was. Like, I'm pretty sure I saw an anti come out from Plasma, and that just, or maybe it was from Speak to Ryan. Either way, there was a really great anti and some really great play. Both runs are evenly matched. Some great bombs as well. Overall, that was a really cool.
Yeah, so we're gonna see, how MSBY does here. We do see Marauder with another shatter, but instantly he's at half health. As soon as he rounded that corner, he was melted down. He does get, healed back up and is able to get the shatter off onto some, but we also have the counter shatter coming through, but Stuff and Thing is going to be the one who loses his life first, but Marauder also going down. No Ryans for either side. Lofty and Glide Guide also going to be going down. We saw Rez try to come through, but Lister gets taken down. King does not want his kill to be Rez back up, and MSBY is going to continue to be holding the space here. They don't have a lot of pushing pressure, and Stuff and Things is going to be coming back first. Marauder is on his way, but Stuff is able to get back first. King gets killed to Lofty with the Nano coming through onto King. We have the zoning up from Vati there. He gets taken down by King. King really popping off on this Junkrat, actually. Like, I don't like to give Junkrat players credit, but credit where credit's due.
Already has a tower. That is absolutely massive. And oh, that's a massive hand.
Ooh, gets the pick onto Oakley, removing that pressure. We do see Lofty jumping off the map, as far as I can tell. We do see Marauder is going to be going down to Stuff and Things there, though. Keeping things pretty even, but Stuff and Things can be falling to King. We do see that foul coming out from Listeru, but no one's able to touch. And so MSBY will be capping with 20 seconds on the clock.
That was a pretty strong push. I mean, it was exciting. There were times where we thought that maybe this is where it stops, but no, they just kept on pushing. They got it all the way. 20 seconds left, which that's respectable. It means that it's not 0-0, and you're still going to have at least a minute left if it does get to 3-3. You'll have at least a minute to try to get it as far as you can. And I've seen teams go to all 3 points with just a minute left.
Yeah, you can get some incredible pushes, because as we talked about on Havana, you can just build up such incredible momentum that it becomes really, really hard for the enemy team to stop you, even though they only need to win one fight. Absolutely. But yeah, so we'll just see how much time, it will first we need to see if Hyperion is going to be able to cap that third point and how much time they're going to be able to do it, and if they do cap, or if MSBY is going to be stopping them before they even get there.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if they're actually going to leap spawn with the Bastion from Hyperion.
I highly doubt it.
I doubt it as well, because I know that one of GMT's favorite tricks in the book was to pull out a Bastion and spawn, and then swap off at the last second. But
and they did pull this on Oasis as well.
Yeah, won't we see the Pharah? We'll see Junkrat from the King, which very exciting to see.
I mean, hey, he was doing well. Can't blame the dude.
They're leaving spawn with the Bastion. They're doing Sim Bastion shenanigans.
Okay. No, this is happening. I didn't think they were gonna stay on it because Oakley was on the Widow. It's Statue Bastion straps. Let's go. We'll see if they're able to get any value out of this. MSBY not peeking too hard, but they will have to peek to touch point and make sure they're getting that contest coming through. And Marember's going to be going down to Vati. Lofty going down as well to King, and the res coming through onto Marember, though, keeping him in this. Zentus loses mech. Lofty gets res as well, but Vati goes down to Glide Guide, and that could be the real difference maker here. Hyperion was able to get a tick, though. Yeah, it looks like they will be getting pushed back here, but they did get value out of that push.
They did, but yeah, I mean, they will be swapping off of the Bastion Sombra Symmetra shenanigans. Which will put them at a bit of an ult disadvantage here, pushing as King is almost at his very first fire. You will be getting that. He'll be able to use that early if he wants, but Plasma will have the earlier nano. Which,
again, so I imagine we're going to be seeing stuff get nanoed right here. He's swinging away. We do have that tire coming through as well. Going to be taking out Plasma as revenge for that nano, and we're going to be seeing Vati taking out Glide Guy, keeping things pretty even here, but Vati goes down to Marember. Plasma gets res back up, so it's still just one down on either side, but the res coming through onto Glide Guy, the grab coming out, Rivetic Flux coming out, and gets nearly everyone on the team. Speak to Ryan going to be going down to that, and so far it's looking really good for Hyperion, but MSBY still has the chance to, keep this alive here. With that Bob coming out, Bob not touching point though, which could be crucial, and Zentus getting taken down. They are still getting that stall coming through from Aqua is just flying above the point. But Marember going to be going down. It looks like we will be seeing the cap come through, but we do still have two alive here in Aqua and King. And yeah, they get cleaned up pretty fast. So we are going to be seeing 4 minutes 30 on the clock here, 4-point beat.
Was it just weird? Did I see another Mercy melee kill there? I mean, that was...
I must have missed it, but I applaud both these Mercies. They're fun. They're vibing.
We're gonna see Stuff versus remember who can block the shatter and who can shatter first battle. They both have the shatters. They don't really. Lofty's still gonna be staying onto that Sigma, which I don't blame him for. He's halfway to another ult. King again, very close. They could pair a shatter with a number of different combinations here.
Shadow's getting thrown down, but I think Stuff's was bigger, although both Reinhardts went down. One is going to get res back up, Lister resing back up stuff and things, but I don't think MSBY has the space, and Aqua's going to be going down. So that is just going to be Hyperion winning off of that, mainly because they were able to get the res onto their Reinhardt and thus continue pushing forward.
Yeah, that was a massive shatter, and they managed to clean up on, both had massive shatters, but yeah, the cleanup on Hyperion's was a lot better than on MSBY's, and that's what really took them in. That's what won them the fight. They had better cleanup, and they did use some ults off of that as well, but I mean, what they did use is will be pretty built back pretty soon. Live will be swapping onto the...
another Gravitic Flux coming out, and they're gonna, it catches most everyone, with Vati going down, Marember going down as well. We see the bomb gonna be coming out from Zentus. They're gonna be taking out Lisaru right after that res onto Vati, and Glide taking out Vati right after that res, and it looks like MSBY is gonna be able to retake this with all the kills that they're getting. Just need to take out stuff and things, and they are gonna be recapturing the point.
Yeah, that was a pretty massive take. They finally have stopped the momentum, and they finally have they had the brakes on, cars going backwards, and this is a pretty good corner to hold on. There's an early tire coming out, which again could be massive. It could delay even further.
Gonna be getting Vati, so taking out some of that DPS pressure. Doomfist tends to be someone who kind of dives in a bit earlier than everyone else, so delaying things a little bit does get the res back off, so they're not going to be having it during this fight, as Hyperion is going to be starting to push in.
Yeah.
Ooh, Vati getting taken down again. King not a fan, but that huge shatter coming out from Stuff and Things. You know, I think it's going to be enough for Hyperion to win the fight as long as they're able to get the proper follow-up, which they are getting. So it looks like they'll be continue moving here on the points. They just need to get Zentis off of it and not let him contest here. But he does get the exit kill onto Plasma. So, you know, that could help a bit in the next fight, although the res does come through as Listeru now has that back up.
And there's the inner Reaper.
Ooh.
I don't think it's going to push.
It gets slept.
Oh,
gets slept. Is not able to get any real value off it. We see the Bob Gun coming through from Oakley. You know, which is a bit behind where Marember is. So Marember's gonna have to back up a little bit, make sure he's blocking all that damage. And that huge anti coming through onto Marember as well. Marember gonna be going down here. And it's not looking good for MSBY, although they are able to take out Lisaru. And so that could even things up a little bit here as they lose that healing. Vati taking out King, but Zentis taking out Oakley as well. 1 DPS down for either side. Vati continuing on to take out Speak to Ryan. And, you know, it's staying really close here, but Hyperion's looking slightly stronger, like they might be able to come out here. But that shatter coming through from Marember looking really good, along with the bomb from Zentis. Zentis' bomb not getting a lot, but Marember's shatter is enough for them to be able to clean up the rest of Hyperion and push them back into the spawn room.
Again, this was a choice, a battle of who can shatter fastest. And Stuff and Things did his milliseconds after and paid for it. His shatter was erased, and he's not going to be too happy about that going into this next fight. Vati will have the Doomfist ult, and but King and Aqua will have their ults coming into this fight, along with maybe Speaks if this fight goes on longer. But
yeah, ult economy definitely looking in the favor of MSBY right now, but it's all about how you use it. We do see that tire going to be coming through. The Doomfist ult is going to be getting used here, and it looks like Lofty actually has bomb as well. King was able to get the pick onto Oakley's Reaper with the tire. And they're going to be pushing back in, but Lister is able to get the res onto it, you know, thus keeping them really in this fight. And we'll see just kind of what ults are going to be coming through next and where the picks are going to be. We do see that Nano going to be coming down onto Marember and also a Nano onto Lofty there. Lofty going to be taking out Aqua, so you don't have that beat anymore. The Blossom not going to get anything. Vlad guy gets taken down. Speak to Ryan also going to be going down. Hyperion looking really strong. There was a shatter, but you know, with Marember dying, it's not going to be able to get a lot of follow-up there. Zentis was able to take out Vati, but ooh, Lister's, I think, was trying to res there and gets canceled by King. King also taking out Stuff and Things. King is, you know, trying to bring this back, but does get taken out by Oakley, but it's enough that now you have some of those respawns coming through for MSBY, so they're able to continue to stall this. We now have Marember back in action. And, you know, is going to be putting in the work here, trying to keep things as alive as possible. Vati going down to Glide Guy. We do see a shatter coming through. The beat coming through from Aqua. You know, there was that block as well. If you get that extra, you can just push in with this beat. Now there was a sleep onto Stuff and Things. Able to get that anti off. And MSBY really just trying to take the space. They now are definitely going to have less time than MSBY. We'll see if they are going to be able to cap it. You see the bomb is going to be coming out. Does get blocked by Marember. Marember gets stunned there. We use the Blossom. And Oakley doing a lot of work getting to both those sports. Lofty following up. King does get the bomb. Zentis throwing out his bomb as well. And so that is going to be, you know, Hyperion looking like they might be able to move forward here, but Zentis is trying to stall it out still, you know, buying extra time for those respawns, and they aren't able to clean up Zentis quite as quickly as they would have liked, as they are going to be continuing to push forward here now, but now they have people to face in front of them, and so we are going to see Marember there, you know, ready to stall this point out even further and trying to win the fight. We do see Vati trying to push in there. We see the sleep coming through onto Stuff and Things, not quite able to get the kill. We now have Zentis over on the ball looking to add some extra stall. Marember is going to be going down. Lofty also losing mech here. We see the Blossom going to be coming out from Glad God, able to take out Lofty and Vati. And it looks like they will be retaking this point. But the res coming through onto Stuff and Things could keep this alive here. Although it looks like they will be cleaning this up. We do need to make sure they stay on the point as overtime will take down. And, ooh, God, it's going so close so much. And finally, they're not going to be touching a point. So MSBY is going to be winning King's Throw, or King's Row, not King's Throw. That is a Season 3 Majors team there, not the name of this map. Yeah, so this amazing Bob from Sentis. But yeah, these teams are keeping it just so exciting.
Absolutely.
And going back and forth in these maps, I mean, no matter how dominant Hyperion looked on Havana, it's not how dominant you win, it's just that you get the win. And because right now, MSBY is 2 up, even though they haven't looked quite as dominant, they still have the higher map score right now. And that's really all it comes down to.
And as you said, like, the map score is all... They also had a nearly 4-minute stall, just denying the MSBY had the weaker time bank going into the last part of King's Row, and they managed to just completely stall out for Hyperion. Like, Hyperion just could not get on there for a good couple minutes. It was just, and you thought that maybe they could get it out at the end, but no, it was just, it was a very strong stall. I'm very impressed, and yeah, Plasma and Sweet Ryan's Nanos were good, and their antis, again, like, just changed the tide of some of these fights.
But yeah, so where do you think we're going to be going next? We need to review our options, but we are going to be going to 2CP here. I'm going to have to bring up what our map pool is. I know Havana's in... Oh, it's Havana, Anubis, and Volskaya.
Yeah. I believe you mean... Oh, why am I forgetting the name of it, too? I know it starts with an H.
Yeah, it's Volskaya, Havana, or Volskaya, Hanamura, and Anubis.
Yeah.
Did I say Havana repeatedly?
Yes,
I was meaning to say Hanamura.
Hanamura,
see, you know.
Havana.
But yeah, also a score update for the other game that was happening, Koala Kings versus Velocity Force. It is going to be a 3-1 for Koala Kings. So whoever wins this is going to be facing up against Koala Kings in the finals.
I would not be one to sleep on Koala Kings. They have had a very strong stage, very consistent stage as well. And it should be interesting to see what the winner of this match does against Koala Kings.
Yeah, Koala Kings definitely a tough opponent. But yeah, so I'm really excited to see how that grand final is going to turn out, in which these teams is going to be going in and facing Koala Kings.
I mean, I'm pretty excited about Hyperion going. I'd be excited about MSBY going. There's no way this could go wrong. There's no wrong choice for who wins or who you want to go into the next one.
Yep. Yeah, so we are going to be going to Hanamura. So what are some of your thoughts about what comps we'll be seeing here from these two teams?
We haven't really seen a departure from the Reinhardt, so I think it's a safe bet to still say that Reinhardt will be.
Yeah, definitely a favored hero of these two teams.
Reinhardt, probably maybe some. Well, it's a possibility that there can be an Ashe coming out. Wouldn't be surprised if there's maybe a Junkrat from the King, or if the King stays in. Fatia would not be surprised. I'd actually not be surprised if Hyperion does the sim strat for the quick teleport onto point. They've pulled up the sim once, so it's fair to say they could pull it out again. I would not be surprised if Aqua gets to play her favorite of Lucio again. We did see at the end, and there was a little bit of discourse about whether or not Lucio is the best hero or not.
Yeah, I mean, personally for me, as someone who has the same hero pool as Aqua, I always tend to go Lucio on attack and Mercy on defense, especially if I have someone like King on my team, or if we're running an Ashe. You definitely can run Lucio on both or Mercy on both. Really depends on what you want to be doing. So obviously, if you're going to be going with the Far Mercy, you will have that Mercy with you. Lucio is just a preference because Lucio is the best hero, and Aqua agrees. So
we may disagree on whether or not Lucio is the best hero, but I will say that this is probably one of the best matchups so far. It's been incredibly close. It's like I honestly have no idea who I think. I have no idea if we're gonna go to map 4 or map 5, and that'll be all. If MSBY wins here, it's this is gonna be it. We're seeing Hyperion get taken out, and so I think that's gonna be really interesting. And actually, if I'm remembering correctly, this is what happened. Well, what would have happened the last time they faced off? I think was MSBY, then Hyperion, then MSBY, then a tie. Then MSBY. So if we get a tie here on Hanamura, I am going to lose it. I am just simply going to lose it. That would be very entertaining, and we will see them swap sides. So it looks like MSBY will be defending first, whereas Hyperion will be attacking first, which should be interesting to see. We get to see whether or not the sim comes out first, whereas But defense, it would be safe to say that it would be my best guess. You're free to just tell me no, that's bad, that's wrong. I'm gonna say Glide is going to be on the Ashe, and King is going to be on the Junkrat.
See, you say I could tell you're wrong. Like I have any authority on on what's meta or not. All of my information comes from other people who are probably also stupid. So, I don't know anything. I just make guesses and tell you what I want to be seeing. So,
I mean,
maybe we'll see an Ashe and Far. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. I don't know anything.
On Mercy, or maybe we can see. Heck, maybe we'll really switch things up and we'll see Aqua on the Ana and King. Or sorry, why did I say King? Ryan on the Mercy. I don't think he'd play Mercy for that. I think he's a solid Ana player. Plasma also very solid on the Ana. Lissa Rue, I would not be surprised if she continued playing the Mercy. I mean, she's had some nice little Mercy melee kills, which, again, we appreciate the bloodthirsty Mercy mains out there.
Yes. I definitely really like both these mains first. They're both very friendly people as well. In general, both these teams are generally friendly, although I will say Hyperion is slightly less toxic than MSBY is. I'm not gonna lie. They have a bit of a toxic streak over on MSBY. Hyperion's, been pretty friendly. Definitely someone, you're not mad at for being number one.
Yeah.
So there's some teams who are like, we're number one and we're better than everyone else. But, Hyperion's pretty chill.
Yeah, absolutely. But
yeah, so this thing, these teams just a little second to try to get stuff sorted out.
Which,
so maybe getting a bit ahead of myself. So, neither of these teams playing the Winston really. So I know we saw a decent amount of Winston coming out from MSBY on Friday. So maybe their Ryan is more just in response to stuff and things.
Could be.
But do you think going into grand finals that could hurt either of these teams that they're opting for the Reinhardt?
Very well could. I mean, Ryan versus Winston, that's an interesting... They both have their strength, they both have their weaknesses. Ryan has more protection, offers more protection for his team. He has a better shield health, he has a better shield in general. Whereas Winston's shield is more niche. Like you put it down to isolate people, and you put it down to maybe block cooldowns as well. Like you can, but yeah, it's something that you could definitely. And their playstyle is also a little bit different. If you want to play dive, at least if you're playing dive versus brawl. If you play brawl, pretty much the same playstyle. You run at the enemy team as fast as you possibly can. Rest if you play dive, you're kind of like looking around. You're playing it smart. You're playing it back, and you want to go onto one of their targets, as many of you very well know. So it looks like they're just. I'd be interested to see if they're continuing. If they're only practicing one of these comps. So if they're only practicing the Reinhardt here, it would mean that if they had to pull up the Winston, it would be a lot harder. But if they're dominant enough with the Reinhardt, it should be fine.
Yeah, that is the thing. Is like it is minus. You can just stick to what you're good at, and Reinhardt isn't bad right now, which is important to know. Obviously, Winston D.Va is widely considered to be the meta right now, but Ryan Zari isn't bad. Ryan D.Va isn't bad. So they can continue to run this. I just personally, I want to see a bit more well-roundedness, see them being able to play the meta. But if they don't want to play it and they win anyway, then who am I to judge them? I am but a humble caster.
I'm but a main tank. So I mean, I'm not a coach. I don't really know as much about the game as these coaches are, and I mean, maybe this is just it could just be that this is their strengths. I mean, Marimber has been a fantastic Reinhardt player so far, along with stuff and things.
Both of them just doing such a great job. Both these teams in general doing such a great job. And I really can't tell you who's going to win this map.
Absolutely.
Because it's like you see Hyperion go from dominating to MSBY being able to pull it out, and so I really don't know what's going to happen next. And because all of those switches, it's like, well, it's not, Hyperion was up and then MSBY brought it back at the half, or any other way. It's just between these maps, they're being able to swap it around, which really just shows, whether it's a map works better for them, or they're really just able to revitalize their mental just kind of really whenever they need to.
Yeah.
And I like talked about, both these teams are very friendly, and generally when you kind of have that friendly environment, you finding my words, but you're able to keep a better mental in general.
Absolutely. I mean, Hyperion is a really fun team to play against. My team has scrimmed against them in the past, and they're really fun to scrim. Like, really freaking fun.
Yes, we are now finally going to be getting started here on Hanamura, and so we'll be, see if we are going to be getting those sim strats, or if they're going to be sticking to something a bit more standard.
I mean, there was a time when the sim strat was kind of standard, but I mean, personally, I'm not a big fan of Symmetra. I would be happy not to see her, but at the end, it should be kind of. I would be amused if we get to see her. I would definitely be amused if we get to see her. I'm not going to say, "Oh, you're bad for running Symmetra." No. But it looks like we are not going to see the Symmetra here. It looks like we're going to see the Ashe and the Pharah. I was right. Alyssa is going to be on.
Dude, big brain color caster.
I wouldn't quite say big brain, but Lissaru is on the Lucio here, which I did not predict. We're going to predict the Moira, so they are going to be running something closer to the meta with the at least 3 out of the 6 picks are in meta for Hyperion here. You see the Reaper, the Moira, and the Lucio, and the Ryan, Zarya, and Echo. Whereas, again, Ryan and Diva, which kind of cool combination. Aqua on the Mercy.
Yeah, she's trying to, psych him out, say, oh, she's on the Pharah now.
I see.
She has murdered King and taken over the mantle. But yeah, no, we're gonna have a kick on the Pharah here. It's gonna be starting to rain down some of that damage. And yeah, we already have them over there on that point. Oakley getting taken down really early to a Dynamite, but remember going down to Stuffing Things, which could be huge here. And we'll kind of see how they end up fighting this out. Lissaru getting the boop on to sneak to Ryan. Aqua does get the res back up onto Marember, but Sentis losing mech. Things are kind of falling apart here for MSBY right now, and it looks like Hyperion will be getting the first cap here.
And nobody expected that sneaky teleport, and the sneaky teleport just, it was like kind of a wipe after the Ryans went down, and
yeah, it's something you got to be prepared for, especially with Hyperion. I know Hyperion's run that before. So I remember very early on, Oakley popping on Symmetra quite a bit in some of the early games I casted of Hyperion.
Yes, I was there in that one.
but yeah, so it's like it's something you really have to be prepared for, and they didn't quite respond as they needed to, and did end up losing that first fight.
And sometimes it just takes one fight to take that entire point.
Yeah, I mean on 2CP, you can literally get, again, 2 fights if you do it right. We do have that barrage going to be coming through from King, keeps that pressure on, takes that Vati, Stuffing Things going down as well. Oakley does get the kill into King, and Sentis gets demeched. But when you're down on that attack, there's really not a lot you can do. You really need a full 6 to get that win when you're attacking point B on 2CP.
I mean, that's what, right now they're just playing to keep everyone off the point, and right now they're taking the high ground, which is, we got standard positioning. Remember, will be very close to a shatter here, which Stuffing Things does not have. The question of whether Stuffing Things can block it or not. Vati is very close to the Death Blossom, which is going to be a massive game changer. Lissaru is going to have the beat, and
Oakley getting taken down early.
There's the teleport.
Yeah, we have the nano coming through onto Marember, the beat coming from Lissaru. Lissaru was about 1 when she threw down that beat. Marember getting the kill onto Plasma, and it's looking like it's going to be MSBY getting the win here, but Sentis does get demeched, and you do still have that tank line here from Hyperion. Vati throwing in that Blossom into the back line, takes that speak to Ryan, but he does get taken down himself by the Baby Diva. We do have Speak to Ryan getting rest back up, and yeah, it's going to be MSBY holding once again. But, 4 minutes 20, like I said, it takes one fight, especially if it's a really, really clean fight, and, they're going to be able to capture this point.
Remember was doing a lot of work on the Reinhardt, still halfway to a shatter again after using his last one. His both off-tank ults will be online. They can pair Lofty's grab with a number of different ults. I'm not sure if they're going to use that right away or not. Maybe it'll be a dry fight for them to try to get out Sanchez' bomb. King's tired, but we'll see.
Hopefully going down first once again. We do have that grab coming through the tire, the bomb. Ult's coming out from every which way, but Zentis gets 2 with his bomb. We do see a res coming through onto Marember. Things looking good for MSBY once again. And yep, they just need to take out stuff and things. MSBY's been doing a really good job. They always, lose people, but in the end, they get more of those kills, and that's really all you need.
Absolutely.
Just to get more kills because, you have those closer spawns. You lose someone, they'll be back really, really quickly.
Absolutely. I mean, that was, that's like one of the good things about defending on second point of any 2CP map. Your respawns take 2 seconds maybe. Sorry. Respawns don't take a lot of time, but it does take. But it just makes it that much more unenjoyable for the attacking team.
Yeah, that stuff and things did not have fun time there. He got slept. He had a bob thrown on him, and so yeah, he just kind of got shredded down. And that's just gonna be Hyperion backing away, hoping to not give MSBY any more ult charge than they already have.
Yeah. Now they're just sort of trading.
But yeah, MSBY is pushing into them. They do not want them to be able to just sit there, and they're able to take out Oakley and Lissaru. And so, previously, last time I looked at the clock, it was at about 4:30 in the time bank, but now it is now down to 2:20.
MSBY is very good at the stall here, and they proved that last map, and now they're just trying to cement that right now. They have majority of the ults online here, and I mean, they can use that and deny yet another push. There's the early Bob coming out.
Yeah, looking to kind of get some of that progress on point. And we do see Lofty getting demeched here, though. But right now, they're kind of holding some of that space, but they're not able to get any progress. The block shatter, and then the other shatter gets through from Marember, able to take out stuff and things. But I did go down in there, and Zentis, his bomb is going to be taking out Oakley. Lister gets the res onto Oakley, but really, it is just going to be going away with MSBY yet again. And they're going to be continuing to hold.
Absolutely. And they used a couple ults for that one, but I mean that's what they needed to do, and they held it. They held it really well. I mean, Hyperion did use a nano. They used a shatter, but it was not enough. They just could not. They could not wipe that MSBY off. And they're going to start pushing it again. Remember, it's things are pretty even here. Zentis is outmatched by Lofty a little bit, but oh yeah, there is a swap over onto the D that happened last fight that I forgot to mention. Bossy is very close to their
Blossom there, yeah.
Yeah. Have Blossom pretty soon, and that could be huge. I mean, especially.
Yeah, we see another Bob come out. That one gets slept though.
Ooh, that's unlucky.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to get some damage here with the tire coming out. And gets destroyed by a fire strike from Stuff and Things. Stuff and Things is getting done with attacking point B on Hanamura. He just wants to get through. He wants to win this fight. And he's going to be able to take out Marember and Speak to Ryan going down. Bati gets taken down but gets raised back up immediately by Lissaru. Hyperion looking really good right now. They have the Bob thrown in onto the fight. Aqua does get the res onto Marember though, but Stuff and Things is just swinging away, taking out MSBY, and that is going to be it. They do cap it with 16 seconds left on the clock. Which, having that time is better than having 0 on the clock. So, still a good job to be able to finally break through and get that time.
I mean, it takes a complete wipe in order to cap the last point there. It's so difficult to cap point 2 on any 2CP map. I mean, especially Anubis, but Hanamura is no different.
Yeah, Hanamura is definitely one of the tougher ones to get. But yeah, so we are now going to be switching over and seeing how well MSBY is able to attack. They had a really great defense, but we'll see if they're going to be able to match it on the attack and see how well Hyperion's going to be able to fend them off.
Yeah, I mean, we will see the Pharah Ashe one DPS combo along with the Ryan Diva coming out from MSBY, standard Aqua on the Mercy, Ryan on the Ana. We'll see the mirror coming out from Plasma and Lissa. But Oakley and Vati are going to be on the Ashe and the Junkrat. I mean, that's a lot of spam. That's a lot of spam. You've got Dynamite, and you've got the Junkrat. I mean, Junkrat on his own just does a massive amount of spam.
Yeah, I mean, in general, just like MSBY, you know, Far can also definitely be considered spam. Really just being able to constantly throw in those rockets.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's just a lot of damage coming out from both these teams here.
Yeah, I mean, Zentus will be able to. We'll get a lot of use eating up all those Junkrat bombs. Should they choose to do that, but we will see. Right now, they're just trading blows and trying to get on point.
Yep, and you know, we'll just kind of see how they're gonna be able to break through here. Glide Guys is very low right now. It's gonna be able to get healed back up, but you know, it kind of has that pressure, not able to put in as much damage. And right now, they're just still continuing to sit at choke right now. Zentus is sleeping, so they're gonna have to, you know, wait a couple more seconds. Really just going really slow with it, making sure that they are pushing it at the right time.
Typically, when you're at a choke, you want to get out of the choke. You want to get through, but there's just so much damage and spam coming out that it's very hard to get out.
Yeah, Marember gets slept there by Plasma and ends up getting taken out there. I think that might have been the first kill so far.
I think that was the first kill, actually.
Because they've just been poking so much and not getting into any real fights.
There's so much poke coming out. Stuffing Things will have a shatter. They do try to push in, which Marember's gonna have to block. And
yeah, you do have both those support ults there for MSBY though.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the more poke you take, the more damage you take, the more damage you take, the more damage you can heal.
Yeah, we see that Vault coming out from Aqua. Glide Guy gets slept there, and we see the Nano gonna be coming through onto Stuffing Things. He's gonna be, you know, trying to, you know, intimidate them, get them to back out of choke, but we see the Nano coming through onto Marember. He's gonna be pushing in, but the grab and the tire gonna be taking out Speak to Ryan. Marember gonna be going down as well. And right now, they're just not really making much progress.
Yeah, that's hard. I mean, they're just gonna have to back up all the way to spawn, maybe Talking Doubt. I don't think we're gonna get any swaps here. I think the support. Wait, no, we will be getting a swap. No barrage. The King just goes to swap over to the Junkrat. Oakley will be probably using a bomb early on in this fight. I mean, there's 2 bombs that can be switched out.
Yeah, he was probably just getting too much pressure there from Oakley, or maybe Plasma as well. And so he just decided, you know, I'm just going to switch over to the Junkrat. I know I've been doing well on it. And Vati's going to get that first kill on to Speak to Ryan, but Stuffing Things goes down, but now you have no supports for MSBY. It's going to be really hard for them to try to win off that. And so, yeah, they're just going to be backing out. You know, I really think I'm just missing the aggression that I want to be seeing from MSBY. You need to just go in and, you know, yeah, maybe you're going to get team wiped, but you need to actually push in to get those kills that you need.
I completely agree with that. I mean, you definitely need to have some aggression, but when you lose both your supports, it's a do not press W, do not collect go, do not go past the choke, and do not go to point situation.
But yeah, so
Lofty's very close to another grab, which should be huge. Then just we'll have the bomb. You can push that in early. Get I don't really know if you can combo that with anything, but I mean, it would be huge. Oh, there we go.
We do have that bomb coming in though. Doesn't get anyone though. Just kind of puts a bit of pressure there. But Oakley and Vati getting those kills. Oakley getting another kill. Yeah, that's just gonna be another fight win for Hyperion. Look at those 2 bombs just shooting each other. They're having a grand old time.
On the plus side though, for MSBY, they took out Vati, which means he's gonna have about 20-30 second journey back to point.
Yeah, they will need to move fast, especially with that time bank. So they only have 25 seconds.
Zentus will be swapping over to the Zarya? I don't think I've seen that yet, but that should be exciting to see.
Hopefully getting that initial pick on the Glide Guide. We do have Marember pushing in with this Nano. King gets the kill into Stuffing Things, so he is just gonna have a bit more free reign here on this Reinhardt.
Res! No res!
Ooh, no res coming through there. We see the Dynamite's getting thrown out. The anti from Speak to Ryan there. onto Hyperion was really good, but Plasma gets the kill onto Sentis. We do have the Tire going to be coming out here from King. Remember, going to be going down. Overtime is slowly ticking away, and I don't think they're going to be able to get the touch. And that is Hyperion going to be full holding MSBY here on Hanamura. So that's going to bring us to 2-2 going to map 5. What an exciting game.
And we get a Lucio.
This better be that boop. I want this to be the boop. Please let it be the boop. It's gonna be the boop. It's gonna. Yes. Yes.
And
Lister is giving me everything I need from a main support tonight. We got a melee kill on the Mercy and a boop on the Lucio. What more can I ask for?
I don't know. I mean, 14k healing came out from Plasma. That's a lot of healing. But 12k damage from Glad Guy.
41% of team damage taken.
That's a lot. I mean, Plasma to hell them.
Yeah, and really, like, what you have to look at with the 41% team damage taken is that means they're not completing kills. It means they're putting in a lot of damage, but they aren't being able to get the kills, so your supports can just heal it back up. Because if you get the kill, no healing can happen, and so I think that's really what we're missing with just that spam that MSBY is constantly putting through, is that they weren't completing kills, which is really what they need, especially when you're attacking defense. They have longer spawns. If you can just take out one person, that can give you an opening in the next fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's just all about. I'd like to hear. I'd definitely like to hear what's going on in their comms right now. But we are going to be going on to a map 5 here, the tiebreaker. It's not. It's. I'd be interested to see. I would be interested to hear which one we are going to go into. So we've already done.
Oasis. Yeah, it's gonna be Ilios. Or wait. Hold on. Let me check. Busan. I should really know that. Teams pick Busan way too much for my taste.
Yeah, Busan is a favorite map.
I don't know why.
I have to agree with you there. I'm not.
I mean, okay. Yeah, I understand why Ilios isn't a favorite, but Oasis isn't a favorite, but Ilios is such a great map. I'm not biased as a Lucio player. I don't know what you're talking about, but Ilios is a great map.
I mean, Ilios, you can definitely. I mean, Ilios used to be a really fun map for me too, as a Risa one trick. I mean, you could get some pulls into the giant pit. You could pull things together for your Pharah to boop into the pit. You could pull things together for your Pharah to get a barrage in over the pit. You know.
Yep. I do think we might go to a very quick break here. So we will be back to get started with that map 5.
All right.
And welcome back. So currently it is 2-2 MSBY versus Hyperion. We're going to be going into map 5, which is going to be Ilios. So, Warren, what do you think is going to be happening on this map?
Personally, I think they're going to go to what they've been playing really well, which both sides has been the Reinhardt, with Xentus is going to be going on to that Diva, Lofty on the Zarya, Oakley probably going on to the Ashe, Vaji staying on. I'm not sure if Vaji will be playing. I'm not sure.
Overwatch.
Yeah, Overwatch definitely a DPS. I think maybe, yeah, probably a DPS hero. Phasma probably sticking on the Ana. Lissaru probably on either the Mercy or the Lucio, depending on which map we go to. Whereas on the other King probably staying on either the Fire or the Junkrat that he's been playing really well. Glide,
yeah, I mean,
probably,
definitely going to go far on these maps. I mean, it's Ilios.
It's Ilios. I mean, we're gonna have We're probably gonna have sniper battles between Oakley and Glide for sure, since 2 of these 3 maps are good for snipers. So.
I'm forgetting one of the Ilios maps. I just remember the 2 you can get boops on. That one.
Ruin, Lighthouse, and.
So I'm looking for that Widow battle on Ruin.
The Ruin Widow battle should be a lot of fun, but should be interesting to see if Xentus will interfere and make Oakley's life a little bit less fun.
A little bit harder.
Yeah, a little bit harder. That's the word I was looking for. I'm not sure if we'll get Lofty on the Diva to deal with Glide on the, or maybe we just get to see some fun stuff here.
Yep, and looks like we will be getting started here soon. Both teams, making sure that they are fully prepped, talking to their coaches, because this is what it is down to. One map, and they get to figure out who is going to be going to the finals and who is going to be making their exit from the Owlet tournament for the season.
I mean, both of these teams have had an incredible season. MSBY's had a great redemption arc, whereas Hyperion's just been strong and dominant.
Yeah, Hyperion had a weak weekend, whereas MSBY had a really rough start. But they really made a comeback towards the end, which included their win against Hyperion. And so either way, both these teams, I think they're going to be teams that Owlet remembers.
Absolutely.
Assuming we have a season 4.
They will be fondly remembered, even if there is no season 4.
That's true. I'll remember both these teams in my heart.
Oh, Symmetra probably just for the... Let's go...
teleport out of spawn.
Yeah. Speak to Ryan is going to be on the Moira, which should be interesting to see. I know that back in Season 3 he played a lot of Moira, because that was the meta.
Unfortunately.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, he was not a fan of it either, don't worry. But Plasma on the Ana, which could completely negate a lot of Ryan's healing if Nate are used correctly. Both on Symmetra, but Vaji will be on the Junkrat, which he was doing really well with last point. They're both dropping onto the Ashe. I was correct.
Yes, big brain. That's what I'm telling you. But I'm curious to see how Vaji and King going up, how they're gonna fare as different DPS. King gonna get that kill into Lissaru immediately, and unfortunately she cannot res herself, so she will be coming back from spawn. They will not have that mercy for this push. Which likely means that it's just going to be MSBY who's going to be able to take this first point, but it's still definitely possible for Hyperion to bring it back, as they are going to be getting that first DMAC onto Xentus. And Speak to Ryan going down, Remember going down, but you do get 3 kills coming in onto Hyperion as well, so this is actually staying really even right now. We see the res onto Speak to Ryan, Team Focus starts up, but Lister coming in getting res on the Plasma, keeping an eye out for their fellow supports. See the Shatter going to be coming through, and looking like Hyperion is going to be the first to cap here. They were really just able to do a great job bringing it back and keeping their team up. And so, it is now going to be MSBY on the outside looking in to get into the point.
They probably didn't know if it was winnable, but something shouted it's winnable, and Smash came on the ground, and they won off of that magnificent shatter. That was a lot of fun to watch. Now it's just like they're trading the poke here. Remember, it's going to have a shadow this next fight. King is going to have a barrage. They can pair that rather well, along with a good engagement coalescence to keep everyone alive going through.
Going down first, and that is a swing from Stuffing Things is going to be sending Remember over the edge there. And so, yes, that is... King does take out Lissaru, but it's really much more of an exit kill, and but the exit kill into Aqua is just going to really even things up. So MSBY just coming into this. Who's on point?
King.
King, just get out of there, man.
King, get out of there, buddy.
But so, what do you think of the ults going to this next fight?
I think that next fight we're gonna see probably a Shatter and a Barrage. That's my best guess. We'll be seeing maybe a Graviton Surge and a higher, I'd say. Maybe a Nano on
King going very low and gets taken out. Early pick from Oakley. Does get res back up though. Aqua being there for Farah. We have the Grav coming out, Coalescence as well. Blind Guy gets taken out, Marember gets taken out. Hyperion looking really good here on Lighthouse.
Yeah, they're looking very strong. I mean, they're just being dominant. They're saying, hey, this is our point. You are not allowed to touch. Please get the heck off. But, I mean, right now,
one more fight right now.
Yeah, one more fight, and they need to be very careful. If they can't, MSBY cannot get anyone killed off early. Oh, there's the tire coming in.
Ooh, gonna be taking out Marember. Huge pick right there. It's gonna be getting res back up here. You see the Barrage gonna be coming in from King. Not gonna be quite getting any kills. Something takes us to Ryan. Ooh, good Shatter coming in there. These kills are really going every which way, but mostly for Hyperion right now. Plasma does go down to King. King really trying to keep this alive, along with Zentis here with the Diva. But Aqua's going to be going down. King continuing to take kills, but King going down this is going to be the point. Oh no, a touch coming in from the baby Diva is going to be getting swatted like an annoying fly there by Stuff and Things. But we are going to be going on to the next point. But that point is going to be going over to Hyperion pretty dominantly.
Yeah, I believe, if I remember correctly, that was what happened the first time we played.
Yeah, so, dude, MSBY could be coming back here.
Yeah, I do hope that we get to see, as all new Luke says in chat, we're hoping for a Vazi Widow on Ruins, but I'm not sure if we'll see Ruins. Wait, no, is this Ruins?
No, this is well. This is well.
I don't know my maps.
You know, the only reason I know that, you know, Well and Lighthouse is the reason everyone knows that I know it.
We won't be seeing any far. We're seeing some Junkrat, but probably some Symmetra teleports out of spawn, maybe going on to the hit scans after this. Yes, we see a swap from Oakley over to...
Ooh, Glide Guide opting for the Reaper.
That should be interesting. Looks like MSBY will have the better brawl composition. They'll have more sustain if they choose to brawl it out. But yeah, the long-range picks could be enough. Ooh, Marember going very low here.
Yeah, so they're just going to be poking back and forth, but Plasma is going to be the first to go down. Losing one of the supports does immediately get res back up, and Stuff and Things falls. During that, though, speak to Ryan going down as well, but I think Stuff is going to be the bigger pick there. Losing that front line pressure. You do still have Lofty there, but looks like they are going to be playing a bit more passively. Just trying to stay in just enough. I mean, MSBY has capped the points. They're going to be building up that percentage. We now have Stuff and Things back, but Plasma goes down again, and I don't think Lissaru's going to be having that res back yet. King going down as well to Vati. And that kind of even things up a little bit here, but... Oh, yep, Nat was able to get that res back just in time. But Speak to Ryan going to be going down. Hyperion looking really good right now. Looking like they're going to be able to finish this out. We did see that charge coming from Remember, but there's counters and stuff. Something's showing off, getting a 4K there with that Nano. I mean, two of those things I think were pre the Nano, and the rest, the other two were with it. Yeah, such a great job for them to be able to retake that. They played it very, very patiently.
Yeah. Lofty will had to use the Graviton Surge there, but Zentis very close to having one of their own. Remember, we'll be having a Shatter here. It's up to Stuff and Things to block. I think Stuff and Things could probably block him if he wants to. Oakley and Vati will have their ults, but as opposed to just the King. King's very low right now, so that's going to be giving Speak his own
Shatter coming through, does get blocked, also getting blocked. We have the Coalescence going to be coming through, but the tire is still active from Vati. Stuff and Things going to be going down first. The tire coming out from King here. Looks like Vati's tire wasn't able to get anything. King able to take out Oakley. MSBY is going to be able to retake the point here as long as they can get the proper cleanup going. Just need to take out Lofty. Need to take out Vati. And the Plasma's going to be able to fall after that. Lofty going down, and yep, that's going to be the cleanup for them. They're going to be able to retake the point and be able to exceed Hyperion in their percentage there. And looks like they might actually be able to get an exit kill and Stuff and Things, but no, he's going to be able to back up in time there.
Back to fun. That was that was just massive. I mean, it looks like although the Shatters didn't really have too much of an impact, Remember will be closer to having his back. Zentis will have a Grav here. King's tire was a lot better than, a lot luckier, but Vati is swapping off the Junkrat over onto the Doomfist. Maybe that's a comfort pick?
I mean, we did see Vati performing on the Doomfist earlier. That grab and the Death Blossom going to be coming through, and that's going to be a team wipe.
That is that is like, oh, that was absolutely incredible. That was a 6-man grab, or 5-man grab, followed by a 5-man Death Blossom. I think that's going to be one of the plays of the game if there aren't any environmental kills.
Yeah, for sure. We do see King getting that pick onto Oakley, who's now swept over to the Pharah. Does get res back up, but don't see Junkrats taking out Pharah as much of the time.
Yeah, I mean, Oakley will be res back up, so that's... I haven't seen Oakley on the Pharah before, so this is exciting.
Not something you see much. We do see the grab. It's going to be capturing, looks like 2 or 3. Aqua going to be going down. King falling. And Mirember going to be going down. Looks like Hyperion's going to be able to recap the point with a pretty clean fight. We just need to take out Sentis, and the point is theirs.
We'll be seeing a double bubble pump. They're kind of pulling out the... I'm not sure if this is the East Coast special or not, but they're pulling out some interesting picks, and I'm here for it. I am completely here for it.
Yeah, for sure. Gang to see some Winston in here, having a bit of fun on the monkey. And hopefully, if Hyperion wins, I'm definitely going to have to ask about that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. King will be going in, probably could go in with an early tire here in just a second.
Yeah, we have that Coalescence going to be coming out here. The tire going to be getting thrown down from King. Speak to Ryan going to be going down, but King takes out Plasma. Glad guy gets the kill onto Vati. Another kill on Stuffing Things, and Lissa are going to be going down. MSBY looking really strong here. And Oakley tries to go for the barrage, but gets shut down. Just need to take out Lofty. And they are going to be able to flip it back, and I don't think anyone from Hyperion is going to be able to come in and contest in time, especially with the block that's going to be coming in. They did get the kill, remember, but
you get to go to
is going to be going 1-1, and we are going to be seeing Ruins here. So it's all coming down to the worst Ilios map. I mean, favorite of Widowmakers, I'm sure, but it's harder to get boops here.
It is very hard to get boops on this map. But, I mean, it's a good dive map if we want to continue. No dive. Aw. Oakley will be going on to the Widowmaker, which is exciting. Glide Guide not on the... Glide Guide's
I mean, but I'm guessing he's going to be sticking with that Reaper. You know, maybe just saying, I don't want to be taking that Widow battle. If Oakley starts popping off, though, he'll have to make that switch to contest or be focusing on the Reaper. Because then you can contest a Widow with Reaper depending on where it's set up and how good you are. But we'll just kind of have to see what ends up happening there.
Yeah. And it looks like MSBY's comp is a little bit better for Brawl. They have 2 close range damage heroes that can do a lot in close range and one that can do a lot both at either range. So Lofty's going to be playing... Lofty knows and is going to go with the D.Va to eat up the Junkrat spam. That could be huge.
Yeah, it definitely can be. And Sentis is going to be going down early to Oakley. And so that's going to be a huge pick. Losing that Zarya, you no longer have those spells to help keep you up, and the damage that she also provides. Kind of mischarged there from Mirember, but still staying alive, not getting too punished for it. And we do the charge coming from Stuff and Things is going to be taking out Mirember. And yeah, going to be going off Aqua, also getting a kill onto Lofty, but it is just going to be Stuff and Things really going off on that Reinhardt, and they're going to be able to capture the point.
Yeah, Stuff and Things is one of the most aggressive main tanks in the Minors division, I would say, and he's getting a lot of value off of that aggression. He is so close to having a he'll be able to use a shatter if he just gets one. No, he didn't get anything there, but one more hit from his hammer or anything. Yeah, that's a shatter. That could end this whole push. It could end a push very easily.
It does get blocked though. Good job from Mirember. Especially since I don't think he was even really able to see Stuff and Things at the time. We do the target coming out from King, looking for a target. Right now, Lofty is very, very low. Oakley is too. Lofty going to be getting team mech there. Plasma going to be going down to Aqua. And Stuff and Things gets taken down after getting nanoed. So that's the nano loss there. Vati's tire gets destroyed, and Aqua gets the boop kill onto Oakley.
Yes!
Hey, I said boops weren't likely here, but Aqua still pulled it off. I love these support players.
I know, they're great support players. I would be ecstatic to have any of them on any of my team. Like, they would just be incredible. I mean, I have had the pleasure of playing with Speak to Ryan for Fast Owlet, but that's not important here. What's important is that Mirember has a shatter, and he's about to use it. I think.
Yep. Oh, yep. Going behind stuff and things, getting that shatter. Oakley is one right now. Does get healed up though. Vati getting the kill onto Glide Guy. We now have use sights up from Oakley. Murmur getting the kill onto Vati though, evening things up a little bit. Getting the kill onto Plasma as well with the fire strike. And it looks like MSBY is going to be holding this. We do have the bomb coming out here from Lofty. Not going to be able to capture anyone. So you got another good block from Remmer. Remmer's doing really good with his shield this match in general. And yeah, MSBY is going to continue holding.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the pick of the Moira here from Speak to Ryan. Even though Moira, I know everyone hates Moira, but it's providing more sustain in these straight up brawl fights, which are pretty much what are happening. And right here, it's gonna be a battle between Something Things and remember to see who can block the shatter.
First down to Oakley,
and he swapped over onto the Echo, and I forgot to mention that. That is my bad. Lista Rue is gonna be closer to the beat, but that was a clutch sleep coming in from Plasma there. Wow.
Yeah, but honestly, I mean, either of those beats, they're only really going to be coming in the overtime. Lista gets really good charge. We do see that shatter coming through, but the grab is going to be preventing them from following up on tire coming out from both of these Junkrats. But Vati's going to be getting two with that, getting the opening to Hyperion. Hyperion going to be getting Talon to Remember as well, and canceling Remember's shatter there as well. Glide Guy does get the count to Vati, but overall, it's going to be Hyperion swinging this point back around. And so that is going to be I'm just in awe of what's happening in general.
It's an incredible match.
It's so good.
So good. Yeah. But we have the Nano here, which means Nano can go into some things. They could get a ult off of that, but Glide Guide and Speak to Ryan both have their ults. Again, they can push in with that. Listeru could use to deny a lot of this.
Colison's help push in. Stuff and things goes down early to Glide Guide there, and the Wilson coming out. He's going to take out Plasma. Glide Guide does go down, but at this point, you know, they don't need him. He got the picks that they needed. 2 picks do come in from Hyperion, which might make this a bit hard to hold, but they only need to hold this for one fight, and it's going to have to be a fast one from Hyperion.
It's going to have to be fast. It's 10% and less now. 5 left. I'm not sure exactly. They have to touch now.
They're coming in for the touch.
And there's
they do get the touch. Oakley going to be getting that stuff. He's very low with the beat coming through from Listeru. Remember, is going to be going down to Vati. Vati getting down to Ryan. Glide Guy does come back and take out Stuff and Things. King takes out Plasma. And it's keeping things very, very even here. We have the tire coming out from Vati. From King. And King takes out Vati. Vati are not going to be able to use that tire right now. And MSBY is cleaning up right now. Overtime is ticking down. And MSBY wins! That is going to be a 3-2!
What's going on? Oh my goodness! That
was so close!
This is what we love to see in minors. We love to see the teams that you don't really know if they're the better team. If you don't really know if they're the team that's you love to see the upsets with the lower ranked, the lower seeded teams coming in. Oh my goodness! I am just so pleased with this.
Yeah, I mean, dude, honestly, at that point, even if Hyperion wins, and it is, you know, generally who was, in quotes, supposed to win that match, being number 1, you know, it was still such a great match, and going 3-2, basically 99-99. They're on Ilios, both teams getting a point on Ilios. It was just such an amazing match, and I can't wait to talk to the players from MSBY.
I mean, some of the, I'd love to also talk to Hyperion in another time and sort of tell them, ask them about some of the stuff that we've seen. And they just had such an incredible match. They have had an amazing season, and we'd like to thank Hyperion for being part of Owlet Season 315. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Just such a great showing. It's going to be sad to see them go, but I'm happy to see MSBY move on to the Grand Finals versus Koala Kings. We are going to go to a short break, but we'll be right back with an interview with, I think, 2 MSBY players or a coach in there as well. So make sure to stay tuned in to hear from them after that amazing match. And welcome back. We have an interview here with MSBY. That was such an amazing series. 3-2 win for MSBY over Hyperion. 5th seed coming in versus the 1st seed. So congratulations on that amazing win, guys.
Thanks.
Oh, thank you.
That was incredible. Like, oh,
I'm shaking.
Yeah, dude, I imagine.
I'm still shaking.
Yeah, it was such a close game. I mean, I think everyone was really holding their breath throughout the entirety of Ilios, especially on Ruins there. But just to bring it back a little bit, coming into this, I know this is a bit of a grudge match between you two, because, you know, Hyperion kind of was like, oh, well, we were down players when you beat us last time. It was a fluke. You guys can't do it again. We got this. And so you guys really wanted to prove that it was not a fluke. You guys are a good team. So tell us a bit just kind of what you guys were thinking coming into this match.
We were confident. Obviously, we really wanted to prove that the first time wasn't just because they were fielding their said C team. So, yeah, I don't know. We had a lot to prove going into it. It was kind of nerve-wracking though, because our Odyssey game was a little closer than we had wanted it to be. So there were some nerves there. But I think heading into any game we play, we're all pretty confident for the most part. Like, I don't think there's like really a thought among most people that like, oh my god, we just can't beat these guys. I don't think that's ever like a thought going across people's heads. So we're definitely confident, but obviously there was still like the scary part. We're going into the #1 seed. Hyperion's still a really good team. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really nice people too. So
I was just replaying that the fact, like, on the Nest, every single thing that they said, everyone's saying that, you know, Rainbow being the only one that put us in the finals in the bracket. And I just kept replaying that in my head as like a little like hype thing, and I just put it all out in the match today, and I thought I thought it was awesome.
You all definitely played your hearts out and put everything into that.
It was so close. Both teams doing such a great job. But I mean, just also speaking to the confidence, I feel like you guys can be the type that, you know, you have to face like an Owl team, and you guys are like, we got this. You know, you just gotta go in with that confident attitude. It doesn't really matter who your opponent is. And you guys are really good at keeping that mental. You guys have talked about it before, but in general, I'll kind of let Warren talk about what you guys were playing throughout the match and you know, how that ended up working out for you guys.
Yeah, so I noticed that in coming in with map 1 on City Center, you guys didn't go into the traditional sort of dive. Did you just feel a lot more comfortable with the Rhine Diva, would you say?
It's a mix of things. We struggled a lot regarding meta in this week's scrims. They're also kind of scuffed scrims. We didn't have a lot of people there. Like, I think King and Speak were both not at a single scrim there, so they were pretty scuffed. But yeah. So we came out. We were a little confident in our meta, and we kind of got shit on by Odyssey. But they also played the meta really well. So like, congrats to them. But so like halfway through that Odyssey game, we were just like, okay, let's make a comp mid game that kind of is more comfort pick-esque, and we formulated that like Ryan Diva, Farah, Junk, or whatever, like Ash comp, and we've been kind of sticking with it because that's what we feel most comfortable with. We kind of haven't wanted to go into the Winston Reaper Sombra stuff because it didn't really work too well. So I mean, that's kind of why we were playing more Ryan stuff. So
it was very hard to learn. Like, it's a very hard,
definitely comfort picks. I feel like in minors is just
over
the go-to thing.
The way to go. Yeah,
absolutely.
Over the break, we didn't have many scrims with the new meta either, so it was kind of like, I don't know. We just didn't have a lot of time to prepare, which is on us as well. But
another thing that I noticed over on going into map 2, what was going? One thing that I want to know: what was going through your head when you saw the Hyperion going in for the close hold on your attack?
You want to answer this, King?
Chief, I wasn't in.
Oh, you weren't in.
I was thinking, please let us get out of here really quickly.
We anticipated what they were doing on Havana because as coaches, we're in a little group chat or whatever while the game is going on. We're talking to each other, and the general consensus was that we didn't expect to win Havana at all. It's historically, and right now it's been probably our worst map. Yeah, so we tried to pull out something. We haven't really practiced a ton, and it didn't work, and we were okay with that. But yeah, I don't know. The close hold was kind of expected. What they were running was completely expected. They just played it really well because their DPS players are really good at snipers.
Kind of impressive.
They shoot heads.
Yeah, they do clip the heads very well. Absolutely. I mean, and then for map 3, that was King's Row. Was there a particular what was your mentality going into that one? Since you'd just been close.
We were super excited. You think since we had just gotten shit on Havana. Oh shoot! Oh, we just gotten destroyed on Havana. That we would have a horrible mental going into King's Row, but we were super pumped up because we know that KR is one of our best maps. So we were very excited and rejuvenated heading into that map, and we're happy that we played well. We clutched out on third point on defense. So
yeah, the third point that on defense that you had was incredible. I mean, they had 4 minutes going into that, and you managed to stall it for the entire thing.
Yeah, such a stronghold.
Yeah, such a stronghold. Like
it was honestly, I know Zedis as well. We were having flashbacks of our last Hyperion game. That's literally what happened. We won control, we lose payload, and then we won King's Row. We stalled them third point as well. They had won they won Hanamura this time. So I mean, last time we had tied Hanamura, and then we did go to map 5 in that one as well. So it was pretty much literally just the same like matchup all over again.
Yeah, they were just able to take a map like on Hanamura this time.
Yeah,
they played really well. We heading into the game, like one of the big things we're kind of looking at is we didn't expect them to play meta, because they historically haven't played a ton of Winston, so we expected them to run out on like more type of like brawl comp with like Rein, Brig, Reaper, Doomfist, or Reaper Junk stuff, which they kind of did at certain points. But they played the comp that they had formulated pretty well. Obviously, it wasn't the meta; it's the kind of same thing we did, where they kind of just put together a comp that had a lot of good like comfort picks for a lot of their players.
Yeah.
So they played it mechanically very well. Like they did very good.
They're a very strong team mechanically, for sure. Yeah. Going into map 5, I noticed that there was a swap up with the support in terms of like what support comp it would play, because I'd seen a lot of Ana. Was there a particular reason why you swapped over to the Moira there?
It was Cello and Pulse's idea. I'm trying to think of the reasoning behind it.
I'm sure we'll get it in chat. Like they'll type it out in chat or something.
Yeah. I think if I remember correctly, it was because so we were planning on playing Ana because we assumed that Lisara was going to play Brig. I hope I didn't butcher that name, but we assumed they were going to play Brig, and we preferred the Ana in that like mirror matchup. But once I don't know why it took us so long to swap, but last map we obviously realized they're not going to play Brig on Ilios, so we just swapped to Moira.
That's fair.
So I don't know. It was kind of more of a play style type of thing. It wasn't like anything with Ryan's Ana because he was playing Ana very well. But
and for also on map 5, there was a lot of Junkrat I saw. I could be wrong, but I didn't see you on Farah King.
We kind of realized early on that the Farah wouldn't really work too much. I believe we played it
you did play.
You guys played on Lighthouse, but that did not go so well.
And then
I'm glad.
That didn't go well. I don't know. Yeah. And then I switched to the Junkrat, and I thought that was just doing a lot better.
Yeah.
And I mean, you did really well with the Junkrat on King's Row as well. I think you like single-handedly stalled for a really, really long time in that hold. I remember you got like a kill onto stuff and things. You got rezzed up. You got another kill onto stuff and things.
I remember I just did a lot of flanks. I would go into that little room with the Mega, and I would just go behind them and secretly just kill their Ashe or their Mercy or their Ana.
King made the whole hold possible.
That was
awesome. That point's really good for us because the point's kind of close to our spawn. So if we're getting trades and everything, it favors us really heavily on defense. And even if we were losing the fight, King somehow he's such a goblin. He's just in their backline and he like get a singular frag or something, and it helped us turn a lot of the fights on defense that shouldn't have really been winnable. So. He was a big reason that KR hold happened. So.
I got you, Coach.
I won't blame you this time, King.
Aw, thanks.
Is there anyone on the enemy team you maybe want to give a shout out to? Like
Oakley, of course. Oakley was nuts. Oakley, obviously. Oakley's nuts. Stuff and Things is also doing pretty good on Reinhardt. Him and Marember had their bit of like MTD moments between each other. So
dude, the Reinhardt run is insane.
It was very interesting.
Two of the most aggressive
those were very intimidating. Those were like the two people that we were kind of looking out for. So
yo, I want to shout out the Mercy. Those reses were
Listeru.
Were very annoying, and I really didn't like them at all.
Yeah, that's
so
generally
if
what the
you could
ME2 is
stop
supposed to do.
rezzing
So.
people, I
Yeah.
think I would really appreciate it.
You're just like, hey, enemy team, could you not kill us? So that'd be
Yeah.
appreciated.
Or literally we're just not gonna kill you, so you just can't res in our backline. Maybe we just do that.
But yeah, so moving on from that, you guys are going to be facing Koala Kings. Do you guys feel? I mean, I know you guys feel confident going to the match. I don't even have to ask, but do you guys feel fully prepared? Did you prepare to go against Koala Kings? And you know, kind of what are you thinking in general going into that matchup?
We haven't prepared for them a ton. I think we played them regular season pretty early on, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't think we can prepare for them. So.
Yeah, we've got a lot of VODs on them, and our coaches are awesome. They literally go over every single VOD on the other team, and will write out like a whole 5 pages of notes on each player. It's kind of crazy. So we're like
incredible.
Insanely prepared for we pretty much know what comps they're running before the match even starts. It's amazing.
You know what comps they're running before they do?
Yeah, exactly, literally. It's awesome.
Coaches OP. Yeah, I'm saying, 'cause you have a team of 4 coaches, right? And they're all like ex-Otters, right?
Yeah.
We're all ex-Otters tank players, so.
see, we're not really MSBY. We're Otters Oxide on the academy.
We're the Miners Otter Oxide team.
They're Fox Fluoride.
Yeah, I believe that was called Fox Fluoride back in the day.
Both Rainbow and I are veterans.
Oh, it was a trash fire. But this is turning out much better. So,
yeah.
But yes, I'm super hyped to cast that game. I'm really looking forward to it. Whenever that does end up getting scheduled. Yeah, and just to kind of end on another positive note, I know you guys already gave a shout out to your coaches for being really good, but anyone on your team as players that you want to give an extra shout out to before we head out?
Everyone. I don't think I can pinpoint a singular person that played. I don't know. I think everyone just played out of their minds like that.
I would like to point out Zentis. That man, his DMs saved me at least 5 times. I was counting. And he's a beautiful young gentleman, and I love him to death. He is awesome.
Yeah, Zen historically hasn't been, from off my knowledge, he hasn't been like a very crazy diva player, and it might be like astounding to people that we weren't running Emmy a lot since he's like the resident diva player. But we felt that Zen's diva fit this meta really well, and he's been playing out of his mind. So.
Yeah, Zen was doing a really great job.
Been great. Yeah,
he doesn't show up on the kill feed, but I don't show up on the kill feed, so that's why he's good. that's my look of things.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of which, no shout out for your Mercy player.
No.
Aqua,
she
no.
Nah, but Aqua was awesome.
Aqua's always awesome. Her beats are so good.
Yeah.
That's actually facts. Like her Lucio
she is nuts.
I noticed also Ryan's nades were great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Our support line played really well. Our DPS line played really well. Our tank line. I don't know. I think we all just had a great game.
Yeah, like you said, everyone played out of their minds.
DPS definitely need a little more work. We kind of.
Yeah, especially that projectile player.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, the freaking
like the last
time.
time.
Anything.
Like in our last regular season game, I'm pretty sure like Zen, when he was playing Ryan against Zebra Cookie and Widow, I think he killed the Widow more than Glide killed the Widow.
Wow.
Glide, I don't know, man. If you can hear me, you better get better, buddy.
Yeah, we could sit and talk here all day, but I am going to take us out. So thank you guys for joining us. Congratulations again on the win, and good luck in grand finals.
Thank you.
But yeah, and thank you to everyone for watching. I know we had a lot of viewers tonight. I really appreciate every single one of you, and I hope to see you in the actual grand finals match. Also show up for majors. I'm sure that's also gonna be a really exciting one. There's also a semis game on Tuesday that you guys should show up for. But yes, thank you guys all for showing up. You know, Owlet really is not possible without the viewers. You guys really kind of give us inspiration to keep going on the production team. Yeah, so really appreciate you guys. And yeah, thank you just in general to the teams. That was such a great match. MSBY giving us 2 3-2s.
We like to keep it close.
Rainbow, we love you. That's why we give you these 3-2s.
Well, I love you back. No bias, but I love you back.
Let's go.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just really looking forward to this finals. I think Koala Kings can also do a really great job, and it'll be another close one. But yeah, so that is gonna. I mean, we'll see. But I think it's gonna be a close one. Let's hope it's gonna be a close one. Yeah. So that is gonna be all we have for you tonight. Thanks again for coming out.
Thank you.